Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Greetings, people. Welcome. AI version song that you're hearing right now. I'll give you a taste of the original. Here's what it sounded like. Ugh. Welcome. Yeah, sorry, the mic's probably a little blown out. Not the best quality. This mic is not made for recording musical instruments. That is for sure. Yeah, and it is much easier when I'm not playing live to a bunch of people. I'm not used to that. Guitar just wrecked. Well, again, apologize for the audio because, like I said, there's something different about the audio using StreamYard instead of OBS, and it makes it sound like shit. I've noticed that when I rewatch these streams, and yeah, sorry for the crappy audio quality and the crappy guitar playing, honestly. But it did end up making a pretty good AI song. You know what I'm saying? And this is pretty cool. That's a lot more than I do. You know, pretty good song. Eventually, I'll probably develop that into something. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for missing you last Saturday. I woke up that day and I felt like shit, to be honest. This whole running 3 channels thing is kind of a lot to take in. So we're gonna do something interesting today to get the ball rolling again with these live streams. And what we're going to do is take a look at some body camera footage like we always do. Well, actually some auditor footage. Um, yeah, don't burn myself out. Thomas, I think I burned myself out like 3 years ago, dude. I've been running on fumes. No, unfortunately, I didn't get a doctor's note. So you're just gonna have to count me tardy on that one. It's gonna count towards my absences. I know I only get so many of those per year. But yeah, I had to take a freaking day off. And as a matter of fact, I didn't I mean, my days off are still me working at least a little bit. I can't go a single day without doing at least something that's productive and meaningful to work. So my off day still included like 3 hours of editing, but it was still an off day compared to the rest of my days. um so yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it nonetheless. Only working for 3 hours in a day is nice. That's really nice. It feels good. But I did get your email, Brad, and let me look at it again really quick. Just can't remember if it was you or the other person that sent me that. I know you sent me an interaction to take a look at, but I can't. I'll have to go back through my inbox in a minute and find it. But one thing I have interesting planned for today, outside of watching this interaction that I have queued up for you guys, is we're gonna do some kind of call-ins. So if and the way that this is gonna work is a little bit different than a traditional call-in. I'm gonna post a link in the chat, and basically all you have to do is click that link. And if you do, you'll be brought into a waiting room where I'll be able to add you to the live stream where we can talk in real time. And I don't think you need anything beyond just being able to click the link to be able to join it. And you can do it with or without a camera. Up to you, whatever you want to do. As long as I can hear your voice and respond, that'd be cool. And you can talk. We can talk about whatever you want. I'm not gonna. It doesn't have to be relegated exclusively to police related stuff. So if you just want to call and talk, we can do that. You know, of course, we got to keep it moving and make sure everybody gets a chance or whatever. But if anyone wants to at all, even so, yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. I got one pretty good interaction for us. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Have you guys been watching the Random Patriots channel recently with Justin? Because I want to talk about today. I want to watch the Homeland Security incident that he had. Can you vent to me for an hour about your failed marriage? Not for an hour. Maybe for a few minutes though. Why would you want to talk to me? You probably don't, Fairlane. You probably don't. On board going back to watch from beginning at 2x. Hey, that's a good idea. That's a good way to quickly catch up. But you're just going to hear a bunch of music playing really fast. Yeah. Unfortunately, this hat is not for sale or available anywhere that I know of. It was custom made by someone. Glad you guys saw the Random Patriots post, because that's what we're going to be looking at mostly today. It is an hour long, so we're probably not going to watch the whole thing. Okay, guys, I don't have an alien channel. I don't have an alien channel. I did cover one alien event or UFO related event on this channel. And if you want to go check that out, what brand of, well, this is a sweater and it's actually Amazon brand. I might have an alien channel at some point in the future. But not today. And as a matter of fact, I've been, now that we're talking about that, there's something I really wanted to show you guys. Because for whatever reason, a lot of people who are interested in aliens don't know about this channel. And if you don't, you're crazy. Because this is by far one of the most well, I mean, this is the best UFO channel that there ever is. UAP Gerb is the name of this channel, and I'll post a link to it in the chat for you guys. Here you go. If you're interested in learning some shit about ufology and about everything that's going on in the UFO space, I highly suggest that if you like the journalistic rigor that is associated with the kind of research that ATA does and now Audit the Court, then you'll love this, because it's basically that. It's a critical, deep, thorough application of research to the UFO community. So if you've ever wanted a good resource for alien stuff, this is the alien channel. So check it out. He's fantastic. I can't say enough good things about him. Yeah, please go give him a sub. He's very good. You want my formula, but alien channel. Well, that's basically what that is. I mean, his videos tend to be very long, and he's extremely thorough in his research, but it's still the same basic premise as what ATA does, but applying it to aliens. What's up, Trend? All the way from Poland. Glad to see you here. What's up, Deep State? Domineer. John, just wanted to let you know I'm a proud member of PETA, People Eating Tasty Animals. Me too. I just ate a steak, actually. I love eating tasty animals, and I will eat any animal that is tasty. Yeah, I said that. Audit the tax auditors. I like that idea. That's definitely a channel we need in America. But I don't know. Trump has essentially gutted the IRS since he's been in office, which, hey, hell yeah. Fuck the IRS. I'm happy that he did that. All right, so can you link the Audit the Court channel? Sure thing. I sure can. I want to say something really quick, because I have, and I don't know, this is probably not going to be very relevant to you guys, but I think that there should be a PSA, I guess, to certain channels on YouTube. All right. Specifically ones that are hosting body worn camera or depositions or court cases or hearings, trials, any kind of public footage. All right. I just want to say this, guys. You do not get to make copyright complaints on you taking. Oh, thank you. You don't get to make a copyright claim on a video where you took the public footage and you put your watermark on it and you re-uploaded it. That's not how copyright works, ladies and gentlemen. Public footage is public footage, meaning that it belongs to everyone, not just whoever decides to put a watermark on it and upload it to YouTube. You have to do something transformative. You have to add your own value to the content in order to change the audience, to make it transformative in some context. Uploading footage that is publicly available, that belongs to the public, that the public paid for to have made, doesn't make it your footage. Okay? You have to do something beyond uploading it and a watermark. That's just branding. Okay? You're just branding this. You're not actually adding anything to it. So I just want to make that known to all the people who are building their YouTube careers out of just ripping government footage and slapping a watermark on it and uploading it to YouTube, because that's not how copyright works. You don't get to do that, and you're actually opening yourself up to counterclaims for misrepresentation under subsection F of 107 or USC 107. So bear that in mind. If you go filing copyright complaints on footage where you just uploaded public footage and slapped a watermark on it, the person you file that complaint against can file a counterclaim and also file a totally separate claim for misrepresentation. And at the very least, tie you up in the courts for thousands of dollars until you resolve this in some amicable way. So just a warning to all the people out there who are maliciously just uploading footage with the hopes of copyright claiming it. That's not going to work. And as a matter of fact, you're probably going to end up getting sued. So don't do that. When you upload footage, publicly available footage, add something meaningful to it, and then you'll have a copyright claim. But just raw footage with your stupid fucking logo on it doesn't change anything about it. All right. Just want to put that out there as a public service notice for all those channels, because there's a lot of them. There's a reason that channels like Police Activity, Midwest Safety, Code Blue Cam, they add a lot of elements, editing, narration, commentary, context. That's how they do it. That's how ATA does it. That's how you're supposed to do it. Just uploading footage is not only lazy, but it's just bullshit. Like, dude, do something, beyond what literally anyone else could do. And what frustrates me the most, especially with these court channels, is that most of them are getting their footage from the channel of the court that uploaded it. So then you slap your watermark on it and claim it as yours. It's utterly insane. So sorry for that rant, but I felt like that this needs to be said publicly, because these channels don't seem to understand how that works and what public footage is and who paid for it to even be made in the first place. And it's annoying. I don't like it when people try to make public things private like that, just purely, and adding nothing to it. Sorry. All right, let me read what you guys have to say about that. What's up, Rojice? What if you just do a shitty AI voiceover? I mean, I think that that's fine, and that would qualify as fair use, because you have to write what this AI is going to say. And ultimately, I think the writing is where you're actually adding elements to it. Or if you're just speaking off the top of your head, it's the thoughts. Okay, have thoughts about what you're uploading. Have some thoughts about it and include them into what you're uploading. That's kind of what I think about that. Yeah, this is their logic. It's almost like they're like, hey, we got dibs on that. Like, no, you don't. It belongs to everyone. No one has dibs on public footage. That's a good point, Biospark. Deep State Thrombosis says he buys store brand ketchup, puts it in a glass bottle, and sells it for twice as much. Hey, more power to you, dude. At least you're going through the steps of like getting a bottle, putting it in the bottle, putting a new label on it, going out, selling it. Like those are many steps that were skipped over. Yes, it's dirty if you don't make it transformative. Do your dang job. Exactly. Just do job. Do job. Don't just upload raw public footage and think that you own it now. That's not how it works. Yeah, always cite even raw public footage and say how you got it. I think that's an important thing too, that a lot of these creators are not doing in that space. I don't want to call anyone out about who sent me this email or why I'm even having this rant. Something inspired me to have that rant today, and so that's all I'm going to say about it. I mean, the point is I get this rant out there so that hopefully it reaches these channels in some way and they understand how this fucking works. And that, yeah, anyway. All right, so I'm done with that rant. Again, what we're going to do today is watch some body camera footage, and then we're going to do a call in where you can call me, You can join, say whatever you want to say, talk shit to me if you want, call me a dumbass, tell me I'm cool, placate my ego, tell me about your.
If it was the other way around, I'd
see if I can help you, that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to do today. And let's just go ahead and get into that. I talked to Justin before. I talked to, well, honestly, Biospark, this is exactly what I think it is. I think that, well, I'll just say this. The event that took place that made me have this rant, I believe that it is just people in this community trying to gatekeep that community. You know, they just don't, I don't know what, I'll just put it to you this way. When I started ATA, and you can ask anyone in the community that has ever interacted with me, whether it be lackluster or literally anyone. I have always tried to encourage other creators in the law enforcement community to grow and help them in any way I can. And I would never file a copyright complaint against someone for using the same original footage that I did. I like the idea of there being awareness. I think there's always more room for people on YouTube and for good channels and for good content. And I think that the whole nature of content creation is that the best content will be found by the viewers, and that's how it will happen. But I have faced a lot of uphill battles with people in the community who want to gatekeep the community and not allow anyone else to add their own spin on whatever content there is. And I just think it's fucking gross that people do that. And yes, and I totally think that this was the motivation behind it. Yo, Justin, what's up, dude? Glad you made it here. The random patriot himself, ladies and gentlemen, is right here in the chat. I got this video queued up to go. I was telling them, Justin, that I don't plan on watching this entire video because it is an hour long, but there's a lot of it that we're probably going to watch and check out. And see, you know, just what we think about it. And Justin has agreed to come on the live stream at some point, so I'm sure that we'll come back to this in the future. So if you're here watching this with me now, we're going to watch it, and then maybe next stream or the stream after that, whenever Justin has time for me, we can get him on here and see what he has to say about all this and about what I'm saying about it. All right, let's go in backwards and balls deep. That's right.
Be in cuffs right now.
I still have to get a statement.
I wouldn't be in cuffs. If you just saw me do that to him, I wouldn't be in cuffs.
I'd get a statement from you, a statement from him.
Sir, would I be in cuffs? Would I be in cuffs? Why can't you just answer the question? Because you know what the answer is. Dude, you're not a good cop. You're a bad cop. You need to rethink what you're doing. No, you don't. You're supposed to protect the public, not...
Okay, look, I'm going to be honest. I've seen this video already. When it came out, I couldn't help but watch it. And you're going to see later why Justin is so right about what he's saying right now about this guy being ultimately a bad cop.
Homeland security. You're not protecting... Dude, you just saw a crime and you're doing nothing about it. And you're about to be all over the internet doing nothing about it. I'm going to make sure you lose your job too. How about that? Go in there and arrest him and do the right job.
That's why I had my chief detective.
Why can't you? Are you a cop? I thought you knew what you were doing.
You guys don't know how good that line was in that moment. You're going to see. We got to, all right. I want to skip past this preview because like this is like we're killing the climax here.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Random Patriot, where we expose bad government and hold them accountable. This has got to be one of the craziest police interactions that I've ever been a part of. And not because I was attacked, because that happens all the time.
You need to move. You don't know the statute. You need to move.
That's assault. That is assault.
You don't know the statute.
I got to say, Justin is a magnet for getting assaulted by the police. I don't know what it is about him that gets him assaulted by the police, but this is like the third time in this video that he's been directly, clearly on camera, and sometimes, as you'll see, in front of everyone around, including other officers, get attacked by police. Yeah, he's an assault magnet. I don't know what it is about him. I don't know why they want to assault you, Justin. I mean, to be totally transparent here, Justin is a friend of mine. I talk to Justin all the time, and we sparked up a friendship a few months ago, and it was just a natural fit. You know, we're cool, and so just bear in mind that I know Justin, so everything that I say in this video is like with him being my friend as much as it is him being an auditor that we're looking at today. So anything that I say that might sound offensive at first to you in the chat probably isn't offensive to Justin. He's a good friend of mine. And you know, anything that I say, I'm sure we probably already discussed it because we've had some discussions about this anyway. But I don't know what it is. Justin's such a fucking nice guy. And yeah, and there you go. There's your confirmation for that. Justin's such a fucking awesome, nice guy, nice dude. He never boils over like that, like to justify any of this assault. And it just blows my mind that he continues to be a victim of it for the dumbest reasons. I've seen so many other auditors get away with much crazier shit than Justin has ever done and never be assaulted. But for whatever reason, police just love to attack him.
I believe you.
Why'd you lock the door on me, dude?
I don't work here.
Hey.
No.
So why'd you lock? So you just assaulted
Come on,
me.
boy.
You just assaulted me. What's your name?
Don't put me
And I think the best way to help narrate this video is to read my police statement.
Sorry, I just want to address this real quick. Keith Parco says, "Hey, John, I have a question. First, did you see John Bryan's most recent video where he brings up the MIMS case and says it's supposed to only be used for officer safety purposes?" I would disagree with that. I have not seen that video, but I would not agree with that conclusion. And we've talked about that pretty thoroughly on the channel. I do not think that that's an accurate representation of what the MIMS case is about. And sorry, I think I missed a donation back here. So I'd have to look at that video to really make any legitimate assessments about, you know, what John is trying to claim here. But if what you're saying is true on its face, that he's arguing that the MIMS case is only for officer safety purposes, I would totally disagree with that. Beeps, sorry for missing your donation here. Thank you for the $1.99, my man. Cops like, sir, I never know what I'm doing. Yeah, that's a good point. Cops are very much like that. Uh-oh, Billy D says, apparently Justin has an attackable face. Welcome, Miss Lorraine. I didn't see you in there before. I guess he does have an attackable face considering he gets attacked all the fucking time. How do we get body cam for what happened in Utah? What happened in Utah? Well, I mean, if you're looking just for general advice on how to get body camera footage, Lackluster went over did a full video on how to file a FOIA request. Just go to his channel and type in FOIA request and it'll be your first result. So if you need to figure out how to do body, whenever people ask me that, I just link his video to them because he did a good job making one. So Justin says that it's his red hair. That's what gets him attacked. And honestly, I might be getting attacked too if I start going out fucking with the police, considering all the redness in my beard. Yeah, you're gonna have to start dyeing your hair, dude.
Statement as we go along. And this all begins on July 24th, 2025, when me and a couple associates who you may recognize.
Sorry, just want to clear this up. Carl Sinclair says John didn't say that. What he said was they couldn't use it as an excuse to extend the stop, and that's what happened in the video. That assessment I fully agree with. But the idea that I'll just explain this briefly. It's a matter of course. You can be taken out of your vehicle during a traffic stop as a matter of course. It doesn't necessarily have to do with officer safety. That was the original underlying premise that was used to develop the doctrine, but the case actually was dealing with someone who took people out of their vehicle as a matter of course every time, regardless of how it affected their safety. So just to be clear about that. Ginger should be a protected class. I agree, dude. I need compensation for all the trials and tribulations I've had to deal with as a ginger. And Justin is a prime example of the kind of shit we have to deal with. You'll see it in this video.
Arrive on scene in Catahoula Parish in Louisiana in front of the Sheriff's Department and Courthouse. 2 of us were recording from public spaces on the side of the roadway between the Catahoula Sheriff's Office and Courthouse.
Dan from Auditing Erie County. We're going to do a First Amendment audit without
evading facial recognition
yeah.
by wearing COVID masks, because we see a lot of these signs up saying that we should be wearing them anyways. So we just want to do a proper investigation.
What's up, Sky?
Oh, there's a dog. Is that a police dog? Look right here. He does look like he's ready to do something. You better not violate my rights, puppy.
That's hilarious. You better watch them dogs, dude. If you're getting attacked by cops, I can only imagine how bad the dogs want to attack you.
Hey, you better not, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. He's gonna bite me, dude. He's coming for me. Hey, you better stop. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's crazy how Justin just sensed that dog was wanting to bite his ass. What's up, Audit in Canada?
Catahoula Parish. Hey, get. Go.
Hell yeah, Bobert. When you get pulled over, just show them the cover. They'll run away.
Looks like that dude just took off to where our cars are. Why not just come talk to us?
I'm gonna skip through this a little bit. Because,
I'm the Homeland Security. Reason why you're filming this property.
Yes, sir, you can. Yeah.
I'm the Homeland Security Director for this parish.
Oh, nice to meet you, sir.
Why don't you tell?
Yes, sir, absolutely. I'm not here to start anything with you. Can we tone it down a notch?
What are we doing?
Absolutely.
Who are you with?
Can we tone it down a notch?
Who are you with?
I'm just with myself.
What's your name?
What's your name? I don't need to give my name.
What's your name?
Hey, I'm just recording from a sidewalk. I'm not doing anything wrong.
I didn't even notice that the first time I watched this, but yeah, this guy is literally recording his own hand right now. He's recording his own hand.
I come in here in peace.
I am over security at this courthouse. I want to know what's going on. You will not tell me what your name is?
I don't wish to. No, you seem a little bit hostile.
Because you did not contact us.
I don't have to. I'm on a sidewalk. This is a public area. I can record anything my eyes can see.
Okay.
I'm starting to think immediately, and I don't mean to be, what do you call it when you're like prejudiced against someone for their age? Is it ageist? Is that the term for that? I don't mean to be ageist, but yeah, okay. I'm just going to say that I don't think this guy is mentally equipped to be in the position that he is in right now. I mean, this guy, that is the least professional and secure way to go about figuring out what's going on. I mean, and the thing is, too, is like I said earlier, I know Justin. If he just approached Justin and said, hey, man, what's going on here? What are you doing? And given him the opportunity to respond, Justin would have explained very clearly who he was and what he was doing. But when you walk up to someone acting like this, you're not going to get a cordial response from them. And again, I think that this guy might have a few screws loose due to his age.
Listen, dude, if you came at me differently, we'd be talking a lot differently.
Why don't you come tell
I
me
don't
what
have
you do?
to.
You don't have to.
So, do you want to know what I'm doing?
What are you doing?
I'm auditing to see if you're going to violate my First Amendment rights.
I tell you
And
what,
right now
where are you
you're trying.
from?
You're trying to violate my rights.
Where are you from?
Dude, who cares? Where are you from? Stop. Get out of my face. You're escalating this, and I'm trying
I'm
to de-escalate.
escalating this. Why are you here?
I'm trying to de-escalate.
Why,
I don't even have to talk to you, dude.
Why don't you go back where you came from?
What if I'm from here?
You're not from here. I would know you.
Okay, then.
I would know
Hey,
you.
listen, you're way too mad over nothing.
I'll,
I'm the press.
Please inform us
Listen.
of what you're doing, and it might be okay.
All you have to do is come talk to me, and I'll tell you, but you don't need to be like this.
Well, why didn't you come
Listen,
first? Why didn't you come
As soon as I
first?
saw you coming towards me, I said, I'll go talk to this guy. No problem.
Why didn't you come?
You are up here, and you
I'm
don't
up
need
here
to be. You need
because
to chill.
I need to know what's going
Listen.
on. And this,
Again, you know, like this is just, I can't help but think that this guy's fucking crazy. That he's like obviously not all there. And it gets way worse than this for those of you who hadn't seen this video. This is the beginning of a massive fucking shit pile that this guy creates out of nothing. And yeah, brink of delusional. That's a good way to put it. He's not quite delusional, but he's almost there.
I'm the.
Listen, I don't
wanna know what's going on with this family.
I don't give a crap who you are. So just please stop, okay?
Why don't you come and
Have
inform
some.
us?
I don't have to. That's my whole point of what
You
I'm
don't
doing.
have to.
I don't. That's
Why do
literally.
you come to little town like this?
Am I
for?
allowed to talk?
No, you're not allowed to talk
Then stop
because you
asking
would
me-
not tell me
All
your
right,
name.
dude, get out of my face, then.
Yeah, this guy, he's like, explain what you're doing. Explain what you're, and then just never stops talking for enough time for Justin to actually fucking explain what he's doing. It's a little ridiculous.
You're embarrassing yourself, dude. Leave me alone.
I'm embarrassing myself.
Yes, you are.
Because I am over security this parish.
Then
I want
you need to
know what's
conduct
going
yourself in a professional manner. You are not doing that right now, sir.
on. Well, why don't you?
You are not conducting yourself professionally.
Why don't you let somebody know what you do?
That's my whole point.
You don't have
Can
to.
I answer?
Can I go to your house and walk around your
Is
house?
this your house?
I am over the security.
This is a public building.
I'm over the
I hate that analogy. And you know, he's not the only person in a law enforcement capacity that I've seen make this argument. Well, how would you like it if somebody came to your house? Blah, blah, blah. Bro, your house is an entirely different place than the public. And you have vastly different rights and expectations depending on your location. Okay. If you're at home, that's nothing like none of the things that would apply to your home apply in public and vice versa. So you have the most Fourth Amendment protections in your home. This is the most lopsided analogy you could ever draw. Yeah, and you're right, Ms. Lorraine. Justin is being very patient. That's a hallmark of his personality. And this is one of the attributes of his personality that makes him one of the best auditors on this platform right now. Just the fact that he is this patient and cordial, even in situations like this, you know, it says a lot.
This is a public building.
It may be a public building, but I'm over the security this parish.
Congratulations. You seem very proud of that. Okay. This is a
But
public
all I
building.
need to know is what's going on.
Dude,
Listen, give me some
if
information.
you want to start over, I'll talk to you. But if you're going to be an asshole, I'm not going to talk to you.
Why don't you come?
Okay.
We had no problem.
Can I answer your question without you interrupting me?
He's delusional. He's the one who came up acting crazy, and he thinks that somehow that's Justin's fault, that he's acting like a complete loose cannon.
Because I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing if you won't interrupt me.
What you doing?
Okay, have you ever heard of a First Amendment auditor? Have you ever heard of that?
He finally disengaged only after I asked him if he was familiar with a First Amendment audit.
Now, I know, listen, before you even assume anything, I know some people act differently. I'm very polite. I'm not going to, I don't want to stir anything up.
Okay. Why don't you go back to where you came from and do your part?
Dude, listen.
Where'd you come from?
My whole state loves me, okay?
What state are you from?
They have...
Russia?
No, you're from Russia. That's why you're trying to get mad at someone.
How rich is that for him to accuse Justin of being from some communist state as he's attempting to interrupt Justin's First Amendment rights? Russia, come on, bro. He's acting like the representation of what he's accusing Justin of being. You couldn't get more irony than this right here.
reporting in public. You are from Russia.
We just need to know what's going on.
I am from America, where you can do whatever you want. You don't get interrogated by the government like you're trying to do to me, being an asshole.
Hell yeah.
No, you wanted to be an asshole to me when I was trying to talk to you, and you wouldn't even talk to me.
Yep.
Then you wanted to violate my First and Fourth Amendment right.
Tell them.
What's your name? Because I'm going to find out everything.
I had the same right you did.
This isn't your no, not as a government employee.
Yeah, you sure don't have, as a government employee, pretty much all your information is now public, my man. How much you make, where you live, what your name is, all that information's public now. That is a sacrifice that you make when you become a government official. You get granted certain authority and you sacrifice certain privacy. That's the trade-off.
You don't. Everything about you is public information, and I could go make one public records request and find out everything about you. It'll take me 2 days to know how long you've worked here, your pay, everything else.
I'm here.
This guy freaked out.
What's up, Fred? Thank you for the $10, my brother. No longer honorable today. My judge days are over. We're moving into the full swing of my presidential candidacy. So next time you donate, be sure you donate directly to my super PAC. And we'll be elected in no time, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, bro. That guy just lost his crap. He said he was the Homeland Security. Who's that guy?
I have no clue, brother. I just work here.
Okay. What's your name, brother?
Justin Spence.
Justice?
Justin.
Oh, Justin. Same. Justin. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Sweet if your name was Justice.
I was about to say, that's awesome.
Whose
Yeah.
dog is that?
He's just a community dog.
Yeah?
Just
Oh.
hanging around. He don't
He doesn't like Justin.
He didn't. I did have my mask on, but
Yeah, that probably scared him.
he was definitely going to bite me. Can you help me out?
That looks like a healthy community dog. Shout out to this community for just having a community dog. That's pretty cool.
Instead of me going to make a whole public records request and bothering everyone else about it, can you just tell me that guy's name?
I can't.
You don't know who he is?
No,
You don't know who he is.
I can't. I just work here, like I said.
But you know who you work with and is around you.
He does not work for the sheriff's office.
But you work in the same area, so you
right,
know.
he works in.
So you at least know who he is because you know he doesn't work for the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
So who is he?
His name's Ellis Booth.
Ellis Booth?
Yeah.
ELLIS?
Yeah, he's our.
All right. It's just, look, first of all, I want to give Justin props for prying that information out of this cop's head. He did not want to tell Justin who that guy was, but I'll give it to this officer, Deputy Sparks. He was also very nice. I can understand not wanting to get tied up into, disputes like this, especially when, as we'll find out later, the guy Ellis is not employed in any capacity with the sheriff's department. So I don't necessarily fault the officer for not wanting to get involved into that, but I give Justin props for getting that information out of him anyway. That's exactly what you should do. Just pry a little bit, poke, prod. You'll get there. You'll get the answers you're looking for. And yeah, that was basically a Jedi mind trick that he pulled on him. What's up, Gregory? Welcome here. Glad to have you.
Homeland Security.
All right. Thank you. Why were you not trying to tell me that?
Well,
That's public information.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on, so
I get it.
Don't.
Well, thanks for being cool, man.
Yes, sir. I'm glad your name's Justin.
Yeah, same. Back
We
at you, dude.
In common.
Just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, buddy. Can we be friends now? Look, I got my mask off. What's his name?
I call him Joe.
Jody?
Joe.
Joe. Hey, Joe.
I just say Joe.
Hey, Joe.
I don't
All
know.
right. We're good now, I think. I know. I scared you. I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
you
boy.
scared him with that mask.
I know. That's
Request. Oh, go back. Tony Edwards asked where I could submit a public records request regarding Mr. Booth.
Tony Edwards is the sheriff. All right. I'm in this crazy building right now. I'm gonna go figure out where to make a public records request.
That hallway, let me go back real quick. That looks like the set of a horror film, dude. Like if you just lowered the lighting, that looks like, you know, somebody's about to trip and fall and Jason's coming out of that door in the back.
I'm in this crazy building right now. I'm gonna go figure out where to make a public records request. Let's figure out where to make a public records request.
They got open business hours here, but knocking on this door, and they're just.
Do you know what a police jury is? It's essentially just.
I mean, knocking on this door. I mean, they got open business hours. I see a public body here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. He's just looking at me.
Yeah, they're refusing service.
Yeah, so when this is something that Justin and I talked about privately when we were talking about this interaction, is that Louisiana is one of those weird, you know, it's kind of like Pennsylvania in some ways, where they have what do they call it? Villages. But you know, in Louisiana they have parishes, which has this other weird, you know, weird dynamic procedural elements of how they carry out their state law. So they have things like this police jury that you see here, which Justin explained on screen, was very much like a civilian oversight board kind of deal. And apparently in Louisiana, if you want to file a public records request, you have to go to the police jury. And that's where you do it. So, and Justin finds that out later in the video, but I just wanted to point that out, that if he were to have to deal with any kind of state related things with this case, it would be in this weird fucking Louisiana Cajun system that's a little bit different than, you know, the traditional, traditional state courts.
Service. What time is it right now?
2:10, July 24th. Obviously, open business hour.
Today's Thursday. They're open.
Is
They're refusing service for no other reason except they don't want to serve us specifically. Hi guys. I'm fine. I'm trying to make a public records request. I'm not sure where to do that here.
What is it that you're looking for? Are we recording?
Yes, ma'am.
So no, I'm not gonna be recording.
I don't want to get in an argument over anything, but I'm allowed to video record anything my eyes can see. And so anytime I do any kind of business with the government, I just.
Fairlane, my man, thanks for the $5. Justin, from now on, just say Fairlane in your audits like Shazam, and everyone will automatically get pepper sprayed. There you go, Justin. You got a new spell. You just leveled up, dude. Just cast Fairlane next time you encounter police, and they'll scatter.
Record myself doing it.
Well, then you record yourself, not me.
Oh, look, I'm not even trying to argue about that. If you don't want to be on camera, I don't care, but that's just, it's the law. If you don't, I mean, this isn't about you. But you need to understand that you work for the public. I'm just trying to find out how to make a records request in reference to Mr. Ellis Booth, who is the Homeland Security of this building.
So what records would the clerk have for Ellis Booth?
That I'm just, as I've said, I'm looking for the place to do that records request. Yes.
Well, he's the 911 or the not 911, but the
I can barely hear you.
direct.
No, she's talking about
you would be jury. He was.
Yeah. So they try to go to the jury. This is the door.
So she says I should come down to the police jury, which I don't know that they would have the records that I'm looking for either. But even if they did, I would never get them because this is how they treat the public. Dan just went in there. They're not gonna like it. I was directed to a building across the street, which appeared to be associated primarily with LSU Agriculture, where Booth reportedly maintains an office. Homeland Security.
Now, I just want to say that this is something I wish more auditors would do. Like, add some context to what's going on and fill people in on how you got from A to B. And I'm sure, and I know I've talked to Justin about this, that there was a lot of footage for this interaction, and a lot of it he just couldn't even use, because I mean, this video is already 51 minutes long, and this is with him cutting out tons of footage. So I think doing this, a lot of auditors do that, and they cut a lot of footage, and then that's it. You don't know what happened in the footage that was cut. But I appreciate that Justin takes the time to add in this context with the things that he's having to edit around. And I think that that's very useful.
agriculture, where Booth reportedly maintains an office.
Homeland Security.
Yeah, but
Emergency preparedness.
into the good part.
Oh my goodness. Hi. Hello. Yeah, that's good dogs. Everyone just heard my puppy voice. Way to go, guys. Way to go.
All right, everyone, make fun of Justin's puppy voice. Everyone make fun of it. Let's go listen to it again. Hold on. Let's make fun of it.
Preparedness.
Hold on.
Oh my goodness. Hi. Hello. Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. You have a puppy voice. Ha.
Yeah, that's good dogs. Everyone just heard my puppy voice. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Let me go see if I can make friends with Ellis. Highly doubt it. Whose puppies?
Well, puppies need a home, but they live over here for now until we can find them a home.
Oh, they do?
She feeds them and I feed them and we just watch them.
That's nice of you. Yeah.
And I've been trying to find them homes, but I ain't found none yet.
It's so hard.
I know.
So this is the Homeland Security office?
Yes. Our
So-
his office is like the very end. This,
Ellis.
It's like, yeah, a combination of people.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about the status of this property based on just what we know so far. So we know that this building is open to the public and that it's associated with a public university. And within this quasi public building, which is used for, you know, both university things and other things, I'm imagining that this town is so small that they're just fitting things where they can because they don't have the funds to actually build separate buildings for everything. So this, I think, would qualify almost certainly as a traditional or limited public forum at most. But I have no doubts whatsoever that Justin is well within his rights to film here.
Ellis Booth is his name. Is he in his office?
I don't think he is. He must
It's
be
all right.
at the courthouse.
Did he come over here and talk to you about me already by chance?
No.
Okay. Well, he just saw me recording like I'm doing now.
Okay.
Imagine I walk in and you lose your crap on me. Get right in my face. Why would you do that, right? Only because I'm recording. What I wanted to do is make a public records request in regards to him. So can I do that with you?
Well, I work for the LSU Ag Center.
Oh,
So,
weird. Okay.
yeah. So, like the Ag Center extension
see.
is in here.
Okay. It's just a multiple
And,
use building.
yeah, like the sanitarians in here and the Homeland. But it'd probably be the Kirk, like the police jury and stuff for public records.
Dude, so they won't even talk to us because we're recording. They locked us out. We're all being, you know how we're talking? That's all we're doing. People just can't handle it. And so
Yeah,
probably I would probably need to submit it to Ellis Booth himself, which is never going to go anywhere.
You know, and I think that this is a reasonable conclusion to come to because, for one, the police jury won't even answer the fucking door like a bunch of petulant children. But also, because of his status as a Homeland Security officer, it's difficult to pin down exactly what that means because it could mean that he's a federally employed individual, part of just totally separate from everything going on at the state level here. Or it could mean he's in this weird quasi position where he, almost like how a police officer can be on a federal task force, but still be on a local police department. So it complicates who exactly you need to file the public records request. And I think it's beyond reasonable, especially after getting shut out from the police jury, to come to his office and submit their request directly to him. Because what other federal agency, what would you do? Go home and submit the FOIA request to Homeland Security? The guy's right here. So it makes sense to do this. And I wouldn't take anything away from his train of thought and where he's going with this audit.
All right, well, here's his office. Let's go see. Which one is it? Hi there. Are you with Homeland Security or are you with?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm LSU Ag Center.
Okay. Is this his office?
Last office on the right.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Here it is. Here's his office.
Wow. I bet that building is extremely secure. Look at that. That looks like the office of a man who has his shit together and everything is under control and highly secured.
Very messy. Good Lord. There's no way he knows what's going on that desk. The Random Patriot, if you ever want to see the video.
Who are you?
That's what I was just telling you. The
Okay.
Random Patriot. Yeah.
But I mean, who are you? What is your name?
I'm Justin. What's your name?
Justin. Karen, I'm the 4-H
Karen.
agent.
Oh, nice.
Carlos Ag Center.
Oh,
Why were
cool.
you in their video in his office?
I didn't go inside. I stayed in the doorway.
Okay,
Yeah.
but why?
Well, I was looking for him, and she told me that's where he was. I need to make a public records request about him, and apparently the only place to do that is him in his office. So that's where I went, and
Okay.
he wasn't in there.
No, he's not in there today.
Yep.
He's out with, I guess, the fire marshal or something.
No, he was just across the street being an asshole.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I thought he was out with the fire marshal. So you're with Patriot.
I like how she just didn't even question that. He's like, no, he's out being an asshole, and she's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that sounds like him.
It's what?
The Random Patriots, the name of my media group.
So you're on Facebook?
Yeah, my main thing's on YouTube, but I have
YouTube.
I have all the social medias, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So one more question. Why are you doing all this?
Okay. Yeah. Are you really interested, or are you just
yeah,
like?
I really am interested in why are you doing all this?
Yeah, absolutely. I love explaining this.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of First Amendment audits? Here we go.
Yeah, here's where the dog barking turns into a bite. So prepare yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because this is where this audit goes off the rails.
Oh, see?
This is a secure building. Outside.
It's not, sir.
Outside.
See, this is what do not touch me. Do not touch me.
Did you ask to come in this building?
I don't have to.
Yes,
This is
you
a public
do. This
area.
is a secure building.
She asked me a question and I was answering her.
This is a secure
This is
building.
what I was talking about. Like,
Assault, not just assault, but twice, and possibly, definitely assault, or definitely battery, possibly assault as well. I don't know the structure of Louisiana's assault statutes, but that was just the most unhinged reaction ever, and it's not even over yet.
I began explaining, Mr. Booth entered the building from behind and attacked me without warning. He put his hands on me in what appeared to be a wrestling attempt and forcibly seized my recording device, immediately shutting it off, a clear violation of my First Amendment rights. I struggled for several seconds to retrieve my property while Booth continued to engage physically, striking me during the altercation. I ultimately recovered my device, gathered my belongings from the floor, and exited the building. Outside, Catahoula Deputy William Beeson was present, but Booth followed me and attacked me again, this time in full view of the deputy. Booth grabbed my phone again and threw it roughly 30 yards over the deputy and his cruiser onto the pavement. Get out of my face. You just lost it.
He threw that phone over a police car. Okay, so there's a police car parked right here. They come out of the building. There's a cop standing at the fucking police car. He grabs Justin's phone and throws it over the police car. Justin said, it took me 20 seconds to pry my phone from his bony fingers. There's probably very few layers of skin between his fingers and his bone. But yeah, all that right in front of a cop. Just, yeah. Surprised his phone survived that.
So are you going to charge him now?
First of all, let me ask this.
Ask anything, dude.
Did you go in his office?
Right now.
Dude, are you going to... No, you just saw him assault me and break my stuff and take my stuff and throw it? You need to take care of this, deputy.
No.
I follow the law. He doesn't.
I follow the law.
My whole job is to follow the law. I know what I'm doing.
All right, my job is...
Deputy, what's your name, sir?
Deputy.
Please de-escalate him. Get him out of my face now. I had every right to knock the shit out of you back there.
You had all right.
You tried to put me in a headlock. You took my stuff.
Yeah, and imagine what the response would have been if Justin had just defended himself, had legally and lawfully knocked this old Booth the fuck out. Imagine the police response to that. You think they'd be standing here wondering whether or not they can actually do anything about it? calling people up to see if they can make an arrest on this guy. If the roles had been reversed here, Justin would have been put in jail immediately. And yet here we are. We got to make all kinds of plans, and we got to have a fucking congressional meeting about whether or not we can arrest this guy, despite the fact that this officer just directly witnessed this man attack Justin. I mean, what do you need beyond that to arrest someone? Nothing. You witnessed the crime yourself.
Dude, I was having a polite conversation. De-escalate him. He is losing his shit. He's about to lose his job, I guarantee you. Enjoy your last week here, bro. Enjoy your last week here. I get cops fired all the time.
And look, just to be fair to Justin, I want to point this out before he gets any flack for it, because this is something we discussed privately, was that, you know, the language that Justin's using here, you know, saying things like, I'm going to get your job, you know, I get cops fired, that kind of thing. I mean, Justin was just literally assaulted by this guy. It makes total sense. I mean, he's in a very heightened emotional state, to say the least. But we did talk about this kind of shit, and Justin is not the type of person to just out and just start saying, you're fucked, I'm going to get you, these kind of things. But that kind of language can ultimately hurt your case in the long run. You know, and you know, I would just advise anyone in a similar situation to, even if things are not going your way, the cops aren't doing what the fuck that they're supposed to do, and you've been assaulted by an old man or whatever it may be, that it's still vitally important for you to try your best to keep your emotions in check and to not say inflammatory things, so that when you go to court eventually, that's not a hurdle you'll have to jump over to get something done about this. Now, again, this is Justin we're talking about, a person who's very composed and patient with people. And it's difficult to upset him. If you'd seen some of the situations he's been in, you would understand his temperament. And this is out of character for him. And I think because of the heightened nature of the situation, we could give him some deference for this, because I can only imagine what I would do in a similar situation and how I would react emotionally. And I give him props for not just attacking this old man. But yeah, but I agree with what Justin's saying right here. Sometimes it is actually works in your benefit to be an asshole and to get riled up and to cause an actual scene. But again, the real thing that matters here is like what can happen with your case. And but you know, again, I would not take anything away from Justin for the way he handled this, and I would hope that my audience wouldn't either. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Because good cops love me and bad cops hate me. Deputy, I need to speak with you, sir, please. This is a multiple purpose building, and those ladies invited me in. We're having a very nice conversation. Yes, sir. You're right. Brother, I promise he's the only person starting anything with me all day. If you want to see any video, I'll show it to you in a heartbeat.
The deputy did not intervene. The deputy stated that he could not take action simply because someone battered me and seized my property. A position I believe contradicts his duty under the law.
I've got detectives coming over here.
And then he just came and took my stuff. You saw it, dude.
I'm gonna let them know what happened.
He did the same thing inside before I came out. He did it twice.
See, that's the thing, dude. Would you call a deputy if you saw two random people assault each other, or would you arrest them? Why do you have to go through all of these extra? It's so interesting that we're constantly bitching on this live stream about the fact that cops won't do an investigation before they arrest someone. You know how we're always saying that? Well, it's so crazy to me that now that they have a situation where they don't need an investigation to make an arrest, they just saw everything happen. They refuse to make the arrest. Like, what is up with that? Are we just completely backwards in police land nowadays?
You need to, like, if I did that to him, where would I be right now? In cuffs in the back of your car. So why isn't he? Why isn't he?
He's inside.
No, he needs to be in the cuffs in the back of your car.
Exactly.
So this isn't fair treatment.
That's why I've got my detectives coming over here.
What would you have done if I had done that to him? Be honest.
He grabbed your phone. That was it. And threw your phone. That was it.
No, he put me in a headlock inside. Also,
it doesn't matter. Okay, he grabbed your phone and threw it. So the cop is now admitting that he witnessed a crime happen. He's just not associating a crime with those actions, which is at this point, I mean, he's just doing it blatantly. Like, there's no excuse to not think that that was a crime. So apparently in Louisiana, you can just walk up to people and grab their phone and throw it, and that's not criminal behavior. A cop can witness that and then do nothing. That makes no sense.
It's on camera. Well, grabbing my phone and throwing it's assault and battery.
But did he hit you with it?
And theft. No, touching me at all.
This cop has no fucking idea what he's talking about, does he? He just doesn't even know what constitutes assault and battery in his state.
All, brother. Assault is just, I don't even have to touch you. I just have to threaten you with being touched, and that's assault. When you touch me, it's battery. And then you can add on, he took my phone from me and threw it. Right. Now it's destruction of property, that's theft. You name it. If I did any of those to you right now, what would happen to me?
I mean,
be honest. Just be honest. I would go to jail.
I've got them coming over here.
Dude, just do your job. Arrest him like you fucking would me.
Well, right now, I'm going to collect a statement from you.
Dude, I'm not even going to talk to you if you're not going to do what's right. If you're not going to do what's right, I'm not talking to you. Because if you're just going to try to get my information and then go tell him, no.
Of all, I have to grab a statement from you of what happened.
You don't have to.
No, you don't, because you can be the complaining party in this instance, officer. You witnessed the crime yourself. Justin doesn't even need to file any kind of report at this point. I mean, it happened right in front of your fucking face, my man.
I did not.
I don't have to say anything.
Okay, you want charges pressed?
You saw it.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so for what you saw in your presence, act on it. You don't need a statement for what you saw with your own eyes.
Exactly. I did not see him physically hit you.
You saw him take the phone. Okay,
but there's
do what with what you saw, not what you didn't see. What you saw.
Okay. But there's a procedure I have to follow.
You wouldn't have followed it. If it was the other way around, I'd be in cuffs right now.
I still have to get a statement.
I wouldn't be in cuffs. If you just saw me do that to him, I wouldn't be in cuffs.
I'd get a statement from you. A statement.
Yeah. Okay. Look, shout out to Justin, dude. He is grilling this cop, and to have the situational awareness to be asking these kind of questions at this moment, like where, why the fuck aren't you doing what you're supposed to do after having just been assaulted and coming down from that emotional roller coaster, and to still have the wherewithal to grill this cop? I mean, props.
Sir, would I be in cuffs? Would I be in cuffs? Why can't you just answer the question? Because you know what the answer is, and you know it sounds dumb.
I don't think it sounds dumb at all.
Why can't you answer it then?
Because I don't.
Just
I saw what
logical,
right
bro. Just answer the question. Would I be in cuffs? Just answer it.
At this point, no, because
I wouldn't
see what happened.
So if I took his phone and threw it across the parking lot, no problem. I'll get a statement.
Well, I mean,
do not tell me that. That's a lie. All right, I'm not even, dude. You're not a good cop. You're a bad cop. Okay. You're a bad person, dude. You need to rethink what you're doing. No, you don't. You take his side over the public. You're supposed to protect the public, not Homeland Security. You're not protecting, dude. You just saw a crime and you're doing nothing about it. And you're about to be all over the internet doing nothing about it. I have a lot of subscribers, a lot. And they're all going to see you doing nothing about it. And you're probably going to lose your job too. I'm going to make sure you lose your job too. How about that?
Yeah, isn't that I'm post certified line so rich when he's just clearly not doing his job? I'm qualified. I'm post certified. Well, apparently you're not. And if you are, then there's a real low bar for post certification.
Go in there and arrest him and do the right job.
That's why I had my chief detective.
Why can't you? Are you a cop? I thought you knew what you were doing.
You do or don't know what you're doing? Well, then go arrest him. Why do you need someone else?
Yes.
Why do you need anybody else? You just saw it in front of your own eyes. He didn't see it with his own eyes. You did. So go do something.
Exactly.
And then I'll talk to you.
Go do something, motherfucker. Oh my gosh. See, this is why we need you in the live stream. That cop failed his first test to get certified. What a shocker, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have ever guessed that? That this cop right here failed his first post-certification test. Oh, no way. Now he's post-certified, though, so he knows what he's doing.
I don't trust y'all. I don't trust y'all. Who are you? Who are you? All right. I'm only going to talk to you if you're going to do the right thing.
Sure. Well, one of you guys just came in. We were talking to him. He got a complaint form. We were trying to get all that for him.
All right. So I was just trying to make a public records request. I was told to go do that in this building by like half a dozen people. I walk in there. The lady at the front desk says, you'll need to do that in the Homeland Security office down at the right. So I go down the hallway on the right, look inside the office. No one's in there. Come back out. The ladies are like, hey, what are you doing with the camera? I'm just explaining. You ever heard of a First Amendment audit?
Sure.
So that's literally what I'm doing. Yeah. He comes in there, he puts me on a headlock, takes my phone out of my hand, throws it on the ground. I have to wrestle my phone out of his hand. Then he follows me outside right in front of your deputy, takes my phone out of my hand again, and throws it across the parking lot. And guess what your deputy did? Nothing.
Okay, let me go over here and get some paperwork, and I'm going to go over there.
Thank you.
Where do you feel comfortable giving me a statement?
So I'm not gonna talk unless that deputy with his own eyes witnessed more than enough to arrest him. If you're gonna do the right thing, I'll come talk to you and tell you everything that happened. I'll show you videos.
That's what we're doing.
If you're not doing well,
if you will give it to me, I would like to have your footage for the evidence.
And I will, but before I do anything, because I've been through this road before and I know how cops work, is you're gonna get all the information you can out of me and then tell me to get fucked.
No, that's not
well. And so
look, again, shout out to Justin. This is like, I'm starting to feel a little bit silly for ranking him lower on the auditing tier list because of his lack of experience, because his experience is really coming through right now. Because I'm guarantee you that this is a legitimate concern, and that other auditors have had this exact same thing happen to them, where they are like, yes, I'll file a report. And then they file the report, they put all their information on there, and then they don't actually file any criminal charges. All that actually results from that is the person that did the crime now has all of Justin's information that they can use to do whatever they want to with. And like Justin said, the cop saw the crime. He was there, present when the crime occurred. They don't need Justin to proceed with a criminal charge. So he doesn't have to help them with this investigation in order for them to carry on and make an arrest. So again, shout out to Justin for having the wherewithal to understand this and deconstruct it in real time. That's hard to do.
Before I even make a statement or even show you a video, with what that deputy saw with his own eyes is more than enough. So if you do the right thing with what he saw alone, then we'll talk.
Let me go talk.
Thank you. And can I get your name, sir?
So Dwayne Livingston.
I'm Justin.
Okay. We're trying to make this right. That he's Homeland Security. He's not.
He still can't break the law, though.
I agree.
And he needs to go to jail just like I would.
And I'm not saying that ain't gonna happen. I'm just letting you know that he don't work for us.
I understand that, and actually that makes it better, because if he did work for you, you would just give him. He definitely wouldn't go to jail, but he's not even your department, so you can act on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to the deputy and see what he's got on. Maybe he's got a body cam I can watch or something.
I mean, his own. Would you call him a liar, or because he saw it with his own eyes, so he could just tell you he saw.
Oh yeah, I'm just asking.
He saw him do that to me.
His body cam shows me so I can see it.
Like if I ran up and grabbed your phone out of your pocket and threw it, what happens to me?
Sure.
And that's only one of like 10 things that happen. Yeah. But that alone, what would happen?
Well, I mean, at a minimum, it could be he took your phone
and threw it.
Yeah.
No, what if I did that to you? What would happen to me?
You probably go to jail.
Thank you.
I mean,
So-
likely it's according to the yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm only
Well,
I
that
wanna
was
hear this whole story.
it's a lot worse than that,
Sure.
but that alone would take me to jail. So let's do it to him.
Well,
He needs to.
let's see what's happening here.
Do you believe that a law officer has a higher standard or a lower standard that they need to operate on? You think that they should
I 100% agree that an
higher
officer
standard?
has a higher
Okay,
standard,
so
but
then
he's not a law officer. So
all right.
And see, that's something weird about this whole situation about like what the fuck is this guy? He's saying Homeland Security, they're saying Homeland Security, but like I don't know, maybe Justin could tell us in the chat more about this, but I'm confused about what this guy actually does and why a small town like this even fucking needs someone from Homeland Security there.
Well, then even better. Then take him, dude. Do the right thing, please. The sad part is, even how, like, I'm not falling for their shit. Even how nice they're being, I know how cops are, dude. And 100%, they're going to go in there and try to figure out a way to get me to charge me instead of him. That is how much I do not trust law enforcement.
Shortly. And good, you look good on Justin for picking that up so quickly and acting on it. You know, that's exactly the kind of mindset you need to have when you're doing this kind of shit.
After, Chief Detective Dwayne Littleton informed me that no action could be taken because Booth was affiliated with Homeland Security. He even confirmed that if I had acted the same way, I would have been arrested. Both officials failed to uphold their duty and oath of office. The two sheriff's employees then entered the LSA building, joining Booth and two female witnesses. Approximately 10 minutes later, Booth exited and approached my associate and me once again, continuing his harassment. It was clear the deputies had no intention of enforcing the law. Instead of addressing multiple criminal acts witnessed just feet away, they discussed possible charges against me, presumably for recording inside the building, despite my activity being protected under the First Amendment. I felt threatened by the entire sheriff's department. And since I had not been detained, I immediately left the area and contacted my attorney.
And oh, look what I got here. Looks like nobody got arrested. So they didn't do the right thing. Is the investigator in here? Are you guys not doing the right thing? How come he's a free man right now? For real though, I have a really strong feeling that they're going to try to muster up some kind of BS charge because he's Homeland Security.
Follow your instincts, man. When you're in a situation like that, your intuition is almost never lying to you about stuff like that. So again, I commend Justin. He's doing everything the right way.
I mean, it's something I will beat, but I definitely have a feeling that they're trying to figure out a way to get me right now. Yeah, I'm on the phone here. I'm recording myself on the phone with Dan and Ron. They're at the sheriff's office, and exactly what I was saying to the camera 10 minutes ago, they're trying to do. Instead of arresting him, they're looking up reasons to arrest me for reporting inside of a federal building. That's exactly what I said. I know it's not illegal, but they can still arrest you for it, and I deal with it later. That's the whole point. No, they're literally in there searching for a reason to arrest me after they just witnessed. They aren't going to, bro. They saw it with their own eyes. They have more than enough of what they saw to do it. They only want.
Yeah, and again, like shout out to Justin for just following his gut on this and calling his attorney.
Me in there to charge me. They're trying to charge me, like you just said. All right, I'm leaving. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention. Dan and Ron tell me that when they were in the sheriff's office, one of the deputies asked them to shut their camera off so they could tell them something. And so they did. And the deputy told Dan and Ron that there was a black deputy that was talking to Ellis Booth. And apparently Ellis Booth told this black deputy that if he doesn't arrest me, then he needs to get back to the cornfields. So you think that would be like...
Good Lord. I forgot about that. Gosh, I'm starting to get the sense that people in this town probably think of Ellis Booth as a fucking like annoying asshole that they can't get rid of. That's absolutely disgusting. And honestly, I'm not surprised. I mean, the dude's fucking unhinged. He's just saying whatever the fuck comes to his mind. He's a loose cannon. And whoever he's employed by, whether it's Homeland Security or the fucking state or whoever, they're undertaking a massive liability by keeping this fucking guy on the payroll. I mean, just that alone is just literal insanity. And here we go. His nephew is the prosecutor. What a surprise. I think we do learn that later in the video, but more context and I think that just says how small this town is and how little oversight they have.
Enough for them to say, hey, we aren't on this guy's side. I mean, never mind the fact that they witnessed a bunch of assaults and batteries and theft of property and destruction, but this dude just told this black deputy to get back to the cotton fields. I'm in an unknown location that I shall never tell.
Who's asking?
Detective Adams with Calhoun Parish Sheriff's Office.
Oh, the scumbags. Yeah, what's going on, dude?
Okay, let me go ahead and stop you right there, Mr. McKinney. I'm trying to work this case, but I'm not going to tolerate you insulting me. I'm not going to insult you.
Unless you were right. Hey, dude.
I'm trying to help.
You're not, though. If you. Hey, let's stop, okay? Did you arrest Ellis Booth yesterday?
That's the reason for my call. I need a statement from you.
No, you don't. And that's why I'm calling you names. That's why I'm calling you names, dude. You witnessed several crimes.
No, I did not.
Your officer did. Your officer did.
I have a statement from that officer.
Okay, that's all you need. If you arrest him, I'll cooperate. Just like I told you yesterday.
Yeah, okay. He just said, I have a statement from the officer who witnessed a crime. Then go arrest the fucking guy. What do you need beyond that? Go arrest the guy. Just go arrest him.
Until you do the right thing, I don't trust you. And I have a very good reason to not trust you because you didn't do anything when the officer saw it with his own eyes. Do the right thing, then I'll cooperate. Until then, I don't trust you for a very good reason.
Well said.
So are you going to write a statement and sign an affidavit?
Not unless you do the right thing, because what I'm going to do actually is I've already spoken to my lawyer, and your department's about to be on the hook, dude. You guys, that's dereliction of duty. That's not honoring your oath. You're going to be named in the lawsuit. I'm not f***ing around. Do the right thing.
I'm not either.
You don't need me. You don't need me to make the arrest. You don't need me. You need what your officer saw on the body cam and everything. Your officer's statement is more than enough to make the arrest. You decided not to when you had more than enough. Whenever you and him both admitted, had he seen me do the same thing, I'd already be in jail. So why isn't he? Why isn't he?
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. Well said, Justin. This is exactly how you fucking handle that. Hell yeah.
Conversation with you. I have not talked to you. I have not seen you.
Well, there was a dude yesterday that said he was the head detective. And so I said, will you please go do the right thing? If you're admitting that if I did that to anyone here, I'd be in jail, why isn't he? And they said, well, he's Homeland Security. Like that makes him immune from the law. And I said, I'll make a statement. I will fully cooperate with you guys if you do the right thing, but I don't trust that you will. I know how you work. You want all my information. That way you can just tell me to off and nothing happens. I've seen this 100 times. If I can see that you actually want to do the right thing, then I'll cooperate. But there's no point in me cooperating with a bunch of crooks. I even heard you guys talking yesterday about what you could charge me with. Why was that even a fucking conversation?
Exactly. What?
Huh?
I don't know. I was not there. I didn't hear that conversation.
So why are you the one talking to me? Why are you the one calling me right now then? You weren't even there, dude. This is what I'm talking about.
Are you going to let me speak for a minute?
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. The officer that was there yesterday left today going on vacation for a scheduled event.
Okay, that's totally irrelevant. You have a statement from him already. He doesn't have to be physically present at all times for you to be able to act on the statement he's already given.
And because of this, the sheriff is going, it's LSA conference is what it with that said, I've been left to try to sort this out. I've got a statement from Mr. Booth saying you attacked him. That's why I need a statement from you telling your side of what happened, the way that I do this.
No, okay. Now, if Ellis is trying to claim that Justin assaulted him, then he needs some kind of exculpatory evidence of that. What Justin has on his side and in his favor right now is the fact that a police officer from the department that would have the jurisdictional authority to make an arrest witnessed a crime take place right in front of his face. All we have from Mr. Ellis is a statement, zero corroborating evidence. They have more than enough evidence to prosecute Booth without Justin's statement.
If I present this to a judge, and if a judge signs a warrant for, number one, simple battery on you, number two, destruction of your private property by throwing the phone across the parking lot, as the deputy stated in his written statement.
And the deputy, they even have an accurate report from the deputy. The deputy didn't lie about what he saw. He said that he saw him throw the fucking phone. What do you need? What do you need from Justin at this point? I don't understand.
His report, then I will, if the judge signs the warrant, I will arrest Mr. Booth. He has no bearing. I don't care if he's Homeland Security or
Dude,
the president.
your entire
That has
department.
nothing to do with me.
You have enough to arrest him on what your officer witnessed. What happened before that is, quite frankly, irrelevant, even though he attacked me.
Exactly.
And if you got statements from the two ladies inside, unless they're lying, which they don't seem like the type, they'll vouch that he attacked me.
So when you say the two ladies in the office, is that the little brick building across the road by the white church, or is that the court building? Which, so I'll know which two ladies to talk to.
So you're
I do not have statements from them, is what I'm saying.
What? So this is your department, dude. This is your department. How did they not get statements from them yesterday? So, dude, that's embarrassing. But it's listen, I'm gonna tell you what happened, but I just don't trust you guys.
That's not, I want it that, hey.
I don't.
If I can earn your trust, I will, but I deal with facts. I need you to tell me what happened, or either give me something in writing that I can proceed.
I'll tell you what happened. I was there doing a First Amendment audit. Have you ever heard of that, sir?
I'm very familiar with
Okay.
it and how it works.
But I haven't even gotten to a building yet. And he is picking a fight with me to where I'm having to back up away from him. He's a completely unhinged, insane person. And I'm like, look, dude.
I agree with that.
You agree? Okay, thank you.
I agree with that.
Yeah, he really is. I walk in the front office.
There we go. There's the confirmation that Ellis Booth is a plague on this fucking community. And I'm pretty sure that, as you'll see through the course of this video, I think that they saw this as a perfect opportunity to get him the fuck out of their own hair. So as standoffish and weird as they're being about this whole situation, I think Justin is ultimately doing them a favor here.
The lady in the front has nothing to do with him, but I don't know that at the time. I asked her about it, and she says, yeah, his office is the last office down there on the right. Go down there and see if he's in there. So I walk down the public hallway, go to his door. It's wide open. I don't step even my toes inside his doorway. I'm outside of his door frame the entire time. I'm looking inside his... Thank you for understanding that. What do you think your deputy should have done in that moment when he sees this man grab my stuff, try to grab me, then grab my stuff and throw it?
He should have arrested him for simple battery and criminal damage.
All right. Well, he didn't even think about it.
Boom. Boom. And I'm glad Justin recorded this call as well, because, so many undeniable admissions blatantly right there. So powerful thing. I mean, again, Justin using his Jedi mind tricks to get them to admit exactly what he wants them to admit. Well done.
That said, the reason that I called you was see if I could do the right thing on this. But I've already told you that I need a written statement and a signed affidavit before I can go further.
No, you don't. With what your deputy saw with his own eyes is enough to do something. You admitted just a second ago. What should that deputy have done? You said arrested him. Okay, go for it, bro.
Yeah.
So don't go back on your word. Brother, you just told me 10 seconds ago, and I'm recording this, that he should have arrested him.
I am not afraid of your attorney. I'm not afraid of being recorded.
I can see that.
I'm trying to tell you, I will do my job, but I've got to have something to do it with.
You don't, dude.
I will present. Listen just a second. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I will present what I have to a judge, and if a judge says he will sign a warrant on this, I'll arrest Mr. Booth. I do not have a problem with that, but a little bit of cooperation and less sarcasm on your part would go a long way with me.
It's not sarcasm, dude. I don't trust you. That's not. I'm not being sarcastic.
Word out of your mouth whenever you answer me on the phone and I tell you identify myself as a detective with the Cattle Parish Sheriff's Office, and the next word out of your mouth is scumbag.
Yeah,
that's pretty derogatory to me.
Well, to be fair, what Justin said when he answered the phone after the deputy identified himself was, "Oh, the scumbags," plural, as in referring to the entire department, not this particular guy he's talking to on the phone. He said scumbags, plural, referring to the entire department, which he has every right to think right now, considering what we just watched.
It's not. Okay.
I don't consider myself a scumbag. I consider myself a fair person. I try to do my job to the best of my ability. Did we not do exactly what we should have done yesterday? I can't do anything about yesterday. I'm trying to make it
You're
right
still not.
today.
You're still not. And
You're bent on trying to insult me in this department.
well, listen. When you first called,
today, but I did.
When you first called, I thought you were the detective I spoke with yesterday. Okay, okay, and he is a scumbag, and I'll call that to him all day long. Okay, so that's why I called you that. I thought you were him. So I apologize for calling you a name. I've never even met you, but your department is full of scumbags.
You haven't seen me. I didn't see you yesterday. All of this was over by the time
Gotcha.
I got involved.
But guess what? You admitted just a minute ago that you wouldn't need a warrant to arrest him, and that your officer should have done that yesterday. So,
I stand by that. He should have arrested Mr. Booth yesterday.
So you don't need a warrant, and you wouldn't have needed a warrant to arrest me. So why are we doing this?
Yes, walk him through his own logic. Walk him through his own logic. I mean, he said this, and now Justin has have to explain to him his own position. Chief Deputy Adams said what made sense, and now Justin's having to reteach him the thing that he just said.
Get him, dude. Do your job, please. I'm begging you.
I told you, I'm going to present what I've got to
Dude,
a judge.
no,
and the judge
you're doing.
either sign or not sign.
Okay, why are you treating him special like this? Be real. You wouldn't do this. If this was me, you wouldn't be doing this. You would have already got me.
I don't think we're going to get any further. We're not going to agree on that.
So, respectfully.
You're not. What is there to not agree on? This is a matter of objective fact. Okay. He just said that he would have arrested him if he had saw Justin do it. And now he's saying he can't arrest Ellis despite having seen him do it. Yeah. That long pause was just the cogs getting stopped up and him experiencing some cognitive dissonance right there.
You wouldn't need a warrant to arrest me, right? If I had done that to anyone there. You would not need.
I saw it happen.
Okay.
I did not see it happen.
Well, your officer did. And let's just say your officer came to you and said, he saw me do this. You wouldn't need a warrant to arrest me. So why are you going through all these extra hoops and steps for Mr. Booth?
Explain yourself.
Because I did not see it. The officer.
Oh my God.
Okay. Please stop deflecting. Sir, you're literally.
Contrary to what you're saying.
You are deflecting. It's not contrary. You're deflecting. It's not contrary to what the officer said. And as I just said, you would not need a warrant to arrest me. You admit that the officer would have, that you could arrest me for any of this. You're definitely 100% going through extra steps for him that you wouldn't do for me or anyone else.
No, I'm not.
Okay, man. Yes, you are. He just said he was. That's what he said by saying, I would arrest you without a warrant if something like that happened in an officer's presence, but I'm not doing that to Ellis Booth. So where is this guy missing what he said? He said this, Chief Deputy Adams's own words, and he can't understand it. I mean, it has to be intentional deflection at this point.
Okay, so you would do the same thing. So if your officer came and told you that he saw me grab someone's phone and throw it, you'd say, well, we better get a warrant first.
No.
Oh.
He should have arrested him on the spot.
Okay, no, answer the question. Don't deflect to a different question. The question is, if that same officer came to you and said that he saw me grab Mr. Booth's phone and throw it, he saw it. It's on camera, on his body cam. He's the witness. Are you going to go get a warrant for me, or are you just going to arrest me?
I just want to point this out, Amos. The point here is that he doesn't need to go through all these extra hoops of trying to get a warrant and getting a judge involved and making sure that this is a sanctioned arrest when he already has all the evidence and information he needs to make an arrest on Ellis. He doesn't have to go get a warrant to do it. He has probable cause to make the arrest. That's the whole point, is that he's just completely throwing the probable cause exception out the window for Ellis, but there's no way in hell he would have ever even considered doing that for Justin. That's the point here.
My next question to that officer would be, why didn't you arrest him? I do not have a problem arresting him if I have enough probable cause and a signed affidavit and a voluntary statement from you.
Well, he just said the one thing that actually matters, which is that if I had probable cause. Listen to that again.
I do not have a problem arresting him if I have enough probable cause.
I do not have problems arresting him if I have enough probable cause. Well, how much more probable cause do you need than one of your officers witnessing a crime happening right there in front of them? That is all the probable cause you fucking need, dude, to make an arrest. You don't have to go get a warrant for that. Justin says, thank you, John. I get asked this a lot. I'm trying to make them do their job, fair and equal treatment. Hell yeah, dude. And you're doing a fucking awesome job at it.
And a signed affidavit and a voluntary statement from you.
Well, you just got a statement.
Judge's signature on a warrant.
You just got a statement from me, sir. I just told you everything.
Yo, Ms. Lorraine, that cracked me up. Apparently he needs to see a puppet show reenactment. Like they're just going to start establishing arbitrary rules for when they can act on probable cause. Yeah, no, I can't do anything about it. I mean, I got to see a dramatic reenactment produced by A&E and published for at least 20 hours. I can't do anything until we're live on the show Cops. It's like, come on, dude.
You'll sign a voluntary statement and an affidavit. At this point, I don't have a complaint in the computer from you.
You don't need a complaint. Dude, why can't you get this? Your officer witnessed 3 crimes. So unless you don't believe,
this is so mind-boggling how this cop is just not understanding what the fuck Justin is. He's not understanding what he himself said. This is so insane.
Unless is he on the Brady list or something? Like, why don't you believe what he says? Go do it. Why are you going to take my word over your own officers?
I'm going to call my boss, who is the sheriff, and if he tells me to proceed with this,
gotcha.
So I'll do what I need to do.
Extra steps.
And if not, then
extra steps.
I'm gonna follow my chain of command.
No, dude, just do the right thing. Why are you putting these extra steps on for Booth that you would not do for anyone else? You're proving my point.
It's not just for Booth.
It is. No, it's not, dude. I do this for a living.
He already admitted that it was just for Booth. He literally said, I would have arrested you on the spot if you had done the exact same thing. He wouldn't have even considered getting a warrant. So this is, again, he's just backwards.
I know how you work. I know the only time you ever go through all these hoops is whenever it's one of your own. I see this is literally what I do 24/7. I know you guys better than you know yourselves. The only time you do these freaking extra steps and hoops and special treatment is when it's one of your own. If it was some drug addict down the street, you wouldn't ask anybody.
Yes, sir. Called to let you know that arrested and booked into the jail on 7/28/25 at 1:09.
Okay, so you all right? Thank you so much, dude. Hold on one second.
Yo, again, shout out to Justin, because as much as we could give some props to Chief Deputy Adams here for actually getting something done, it never would have happened without Justin, without that phone call that he just expertly navigated. Shout out to Justin for getting something the fuck done. Hell yeah.
And so you arrested him yesterday. Did you go? What was the charges?
Charge of simple battery. I did simple battery and criminal damage to private property, but you told me your phone was not damaged, so I took that charge off of the affidavit.
Yeah, man, my OtterBox. I swear by the OtterBox now. This thing is barely
There's
scratched.
no doubt.
Yeah.
I don't leave out of the store without one. That's just they pay for themselves.
I was like, there's no way it's not shattered, but it didn't even have a scratch. So, okay, so he was arrested for battery. Did he bond out or anything?
He did bond out. Yes, it was $1,250 cash bond, so he's bonded out. Probably back at work today. I told you I was going to do my job. That's what I did. It's in the district attorney's hands now, but he'll be issued a court date, and I don't know that date, or I will give it to you. But I can notify you. You should get a letter from the DA. I actually spoke to the district attorney today, and he asked that you forward me any video that you had and a written statement, stating your side of what happened.
Did you get
inside the office?
Okay. I sent an email with a statement. Did you get that? And can I make a Freedom of Information Act request?
Sure.
I wanted the body cam. Okay, actually, what's the officer's name that witnessed all this?
William Beeson.
Is he getting any kind of reprimand or anything?
I have not discussed it with his patrol captain, but I will.
Would I be able to get the body cam for the arrest?
No, he walked into the office. Here, I don't know if you know his role in all this. He is the Homeland Security Director for the parish. He walks in and out of dispatch periodically. And when he walked in dispatch, I had already delivered the warrants down there.
So he's the Homeland Security. Wait, what did he say? Let's go back to that.
Director for the parish.
He's the Homeland Security Director for the parish. So does every county or parish in Louisiana have a fucking Homeland Security guy? And why? That's a federal agency. I don't understand like what his role is there. Maybe it's because of the public university, I'm guessing. It's just so weird. I just don't understand what the point of it. Seems like somebody who just has a job and was like, all right, well, he's not retiring. We got to stick his ass somewhere.
He walks in and out of dispatch periodically. And when he walked in dispatch, I had already delivered the warrants down there. And he was out of town is the reason he wasn't arrested on
Yeah,
site.
Louisiana is weird.
But whenever he came back to town, he was to report to his supervisor, which is the parish police jury secretary. And he was going to be booked in then. He didn't go to her office. He went straight to dispatch. And that's whenever they told him, hey, we have a warrant for your arrest. And they booked him in. That's what that was. We kind of got off to a bad start. But like I told you, I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. I believe in doing my job. And I believe in justice. So,
I got to give it to, look, Chief Deputy Adams, even though he was pretty difficult to deal with, he ultimately did the right thing. It took some steps. It took Justin doing his Jedi mind tricks, but at least he fucking did the right thing ultimately.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I honestly did not expect anything to happen, especially after your chief investigator didn't do anything.
and I'm not trying to jump to their defense. There's some more here that don't, and I'm going to ask you about it before we get off the phone. But him being the Homeland Safety Director, the officer Beeson that was on the scene, I understand his part. He didn't know if he actually had the power to arrest him since he was a state employee over Homeland Security.
Okay, that's not a legitimate excuse. Look, you don't no one is exempt from being arrested under state law. It doesn't you don't just because you become a federal agent, you're now exempt from breaking laws. There may be situations where special privileges are granted to people in law enforcement to do certain things, but this certainly was not one of those situations. And I don't know how the hell a cop would conclude that someone is above the law in that capacity, especially in this context.
And I'm going to support him in that decision because he just didn't know. Now, had it been a life and death situation, surely he would have done something. But I can get the days, but he's probably been out of the academy less than 2 years.
Then, well, it shows his mindset, and he doesn't have a good sense of morality. If his default is I can't do anything because he's the government, then you don't need to be an officer, honestly.
Let me ask you something. Did you, when you and Mr. Booth
I agree with that.
by the bank or on the corner by the courthouse, and the black officer was there, do you have that recorded as well, the conversation between him and the black officer?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, and I heard about this through my friends, but I don't think I was there.
Okay. I have a problem with that, and if you have that on video, I would love if you could send that to me because I'm not happy with that situation there at all. And I have a report on that in my file from that officer, what he said to him. And
Oh, so we got double verification that that actually did happen and that he did say that to this African American officer. And because I mean the Chief Deputy Adams just said I have a case file or some kind of report about him saying that from the officer. So there you go. There's a testament to Mr. Booth's character. This motherfucker needs to be arrested and definitely taken out of his position. We can't have people like that. That's just utterly insane that he's even managed to stay in that position for that long.
that's just not cool.
I mean, yeah,
We should be way past that. And here's my deal with that. I'm being 100% transparent with you. If that guy got misrattled just from you walking into a public lobby and videoing and asking a few questions, is that who you really want over your Homeland Security in case of?
Well. What do we have here? A police officer coming to a logical conclusion. What is this? What is happening? The world's turning upside down, and Justin is the precipice for all of that. He just took this department and shook out all the bad, shitty actors of it. Hell yeah.
Emergency? Come on.
It's a really good question. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and if I get the opportunity, I plan on asking that question to his superiors. In fact, I've already met with the Secretary of Treasury and gave her a copy of this. If you are in a supervisory position, you're trained. You've got to overcome those obstacles and just do better, be better, and handle things differently. And if he can't handle this situation no better than he handled it, God help us if we have a tornado come through the middle of our parish.
Seriously.
Right.
Like I said, I have nothing to hide. I'll cooperate any way I can as long as I'm allowed to. If they shut me down, say, hey, no more correspondence, but I'll give you what I've got until then, until they tell me different. And so far, the sheriff is actually at an LSA conference in Florida out of state right now. And I talked to him last night, and he said, absolutely, call him back, as soon as you get a minute. Let him know that Booth has been arrested, and we're going to cooperate fully. So that's what we're doing.
Awesome. I appreciate the call today, man. And I'll send you my statement here in just a minute.
Good deal. I'll add it to the file, and then I'll prep it to go to the district attorney's office, and I'll shoot you an email back and let you know when I've delivered it to them, along with the receipt showing where they received it, and we'll go from there.
And so, yeah, me and Chief Deputy Ben Adams did get off on the wrong foot. But I do want to talk about Mr. Ben Adams, the Chief Deputy, actually doing the right thing. Not only did he order the arrest of Ellis Booth, but he actually wanted to help me with my FOIA request. I wanted the surveillance video of Mr. Booth being arrested in the courthouse. I wanted the mugshot. I wanted all the police reports. I wanted the body cam. And he did appear to want to help. I totally believe him, and he seems like a good dude. But the response that I got just a couple days later to my records request, deny everything. He said, I'm not allowed any of it. Ben Adams, the chief deputy of the sheriff's office, wrote in his police statement, I received a call from Assistant District Attorney Joey Booth. Remember the last name?
Yeah, interesting last name there, huh? That's interesting. Wonder if they're fucking related at all, like Justin said earlier.
Booth, asking if Ellis Booth had in fact been arrested. I stated he has been. He proceeded to ask me why was he booked in when this was an incident that a citation could have been issued. I told him Ellis was booked in on a warrant signed by a judge. Joey asked me who made the call. I stated, I guess I did. He said, okay, and hung up the phone. Now, if that was me being arrested, do you think he would have got mad that I wasn't just given a citation and sent home?
Hell
No, he wouldn't have cared. He actually probably would have been mad if I was only cited and not put in jail.
Yep.
Is not available.
Mr. Adams, my favorite cop that side of the Mississippi. I was wondering if you got my follow-up public records request. I made it so that it is not associated specifically with any ongoing investigation. So I was just hoping for that mugshot and the disciplinary records that I asked for. All right, thanks, man. Hi, Justin. I'm actually off today, but I was in the office and saw that you left a message. I'm waiting to hear from the lady that does our press releases for the office. I have been contacted by the local news media, and I intend to have a full news release prepared before Monday's deadline for local news regarding this incident. Please don't quote me on this, but this is what I sent the PR lady along with the booking sheet and CAD information. I'm trying to do the right thing here. Sincerely, Ben.
All right, let's read this really quick. The Catahoula Parish Sheriff's Department recently experienced its first ever First Amendment audit. Due to the fact that this was our first time dealing with this type of incident, our officers on the scene called for an investigator. We have since educated our officers and will continue educating our officers on these types of situations, dealing with these types of encounters. Witnesses report that there was an actual verbal and physical altercation that took place inside the lobby of the LSU AG/Health Unit building located at 109 Pine Street in Harrisonburg, Louisiana, between an unknown male and a later identified First Amendment auditor and the Homeland Security Director, Ellis Booth Jr. No one reports being physically hurt during this incident. However, after further investigation into the matter, an arrest warrant was signed by a 7th Judicial District Judge, and the Catahoula Parish Office of Homeland Security Director was arrested and booked into the parish county jail or the parish jail for LSR 1435 simple battery. And the Sheriff's Department has already implemented a plan of action and scheduled further training for these types of situations. It's interesting that the entire dynamic of their response to this is predicated on the fact that this was a First Amendment audit, when that has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not Mr. Booth assaulted Justin. Okay. I wonder what this statement would have looked like if Justin hadn't explicitly identified himself as a First Amendment auditor. Because to me, like a lot of the language in this is totally irrelevant to what actually happened. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that they're going out of their way to, do new training and better inform their officers. But we just want you to do what you were supposed to do in the first place. That's the lack of accountability that's happening here. It doesn't have anything to do with the First Amendment or what Justin was trying to do. But yeah, props to Justin for even making this happen. Maybe it's easy. This is what change looks like, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I think Justin belongs on the change maker status at this point. I mean, it's not every day we see auditors get an entire department retrained. So shout out to Justin for that. Hell yeah, dude. Pocket change. Yo, all right. I pinned it in the chat. If you're not already subscribed to Justin, go and do that right now. And I mean right now. Leave this live stream if you have to and go give him a subscription. Justin is one of, if not the best, First Amendment auditor. I put him up there with the likes of any of the others that we put on the top tier. I'm talking Philip Turner, Jeff Gray. I mean, he's an absolute stud and a powerful fucking asset to the First Amendment community. These are the types of auditors we need more of. We need more Justins, for sure. Hey, no worries, dude. The reason Justin's not on this live stream right now is because I keep hitting him up like 10 minutes before I go live, and I'm like, hey, you want to jump on this live stream today? So it's totally my fault. We will actually plan something out and get Justin on the live stream and watch, you know, a different one of his interactions. But yeah, I can't. He says he's only allowed to sub there one redhead at a time. The discrimination, dude. You're just as bad as Ellis, man. What's up, Billy? I didn't even see you in the chat. But yeah, please go give Justin your support. He's one, like I said, he's one of the auditors. We need more auditors like him, and that's exactly the kind of person we want to give our support to. So shout out to him for that. Oh, okay. Oh, time to shift gears a little bit. We got about an hour left of this stream. So going to do a little bit of a call-in experiment, if you will. This is my first time doing something like this. And please go subscribe to Justin before I remove this pinned comment with his channel in it. Because what I'm about to pin now is a link. And if you click that link, you'll be entered into a waiting room where I can then bring you onto the live stream if you would like to talk. So all you have to do, yeah, of course, Justin. Yeah. Thank you for letting us watch it, dude. Like I said, everyone, please give Justin your support. He deserves it. But yeah, so I'm about to try this. I don't know how it's going to work or if it's going to work, but this was my idea. If you click this link here, and I'm going to pin it, you should be able to jump into the back end of my live stream here and join me for a little bit of a call. And, you know, we only have like 374 people in here right now, so I'm not sure how popular the line's going to be, if you will. But, hey, I just feel like chatting with you guys. So if you have something to say or something you want to talk about, hop in here and we'll talk about it. And what do you know? We have someone here. Let's see how we'll do this. Oh, we'll do it like that. Hello, can you hear me? One man, no cam. Apparently you have no mic either. Can I hear you? Hello. Oh, dropped out. All right, somebody jump in here. There we go. Catherine. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Catherine.
Yay, it's working. Woohoo.
Is this Catherine W from the chat that I see?
Yes.
Okay, what's up? What you got?
I just wanted to say that I really enjoy your shows. To be honest, I have been depressed for a very long time, and when I started watching your stuff, it I don't know why, but it really did help my mood a whole lot. It really, really, truly did. Thank you for it.
Oh,
Like
absolutely, Catherine.
I
I mean,
I
it's my
really,
pleasure.
really appreciate it. I really, really do.
I mean, it makes me feel good to know that, the kind of content that I create goes beyond just educating people about a specific topic and that it can affect people on an emotional level. That's not something that I get to hear a lot from people, and I appreciate that you're telling me that, and I'm glad that you're getting something out of it. I'm happy to be a source of happiness for you.
Yeah, so thank you really so much. I
Absolutely.
I really do enjoy your stuff.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm
and
glad you're in the chat.
and I've watched all the audit videos.
Awesome. Well, you're prepared. If a cop ever messes with you, they don't know what's coming to them.
Yeah. Okay, just wanted to say thank you.
All right. Thank you. Glad to have you in the chat. Good to talk to you, Catherine. All right. Bye. All right. We'll add one man next since what's up, brother?
Hey, I had to switch to my phone. I gave way too many props to my old ass desktop computer.
Been there many times. What you got?
Yeah, I
brother?
mean, this thing is, I've had this since before I moved to Tokyo, and that was 11 years ago. So this is it's a very old desktop.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially, I mean, dude, if you have a 1-year-old desktop nowadays, it's old, by today's standards. So I feel you.
I just got myself an insurance swap on this phone, so it is a new version of the older model. Anyway,
it sounds great. The audio sounds really good on it.
Yeah, thank God. Hi, the Random Patriot. Hey, Justin. No, you were talking earlier. I posted a thing. I was like, yeah, Philip Turner, Jeff Gray, and Justin, the Random Patriot. And then, like, I don't know, a minute later, you're like, yeah, right up there with Philip Turner and Jeff Gray. And I'm like, I said that.
Sorry. It's hard to keep up with the chat, but yeah, I agree with you. And you wouldn't believe how often I say something and it comes out of my mouth and I look at the chat and someone has typed it as soon as it had came out of my mouth. It's almost like we're all.
Well, I know what they say about great minds.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm not new to StreamYard because I used to jump on Rogue Nation stuff like that all the time. But that time difference, man, it's 13 or 14 hours depending on if the U.S. is on Eastern or daylight. And so you starting at 7 Eastern, yeah, what is that? That's 8 a.m. for me. I'm either asleep or I'm headed to work.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's a brutal time difference, dude. And I get confused just trying to think of the difference between Mountain Time and Eastern Time and all that. I couldn't imagine having to manage 14 hours.
Yeah, all I do is switch the meridian and then subtract 2 hours or 1 hour depending, and that's it.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a simple way to do it. Yeah, that makes
Stimpy,
sense.
my voice would match the one in your head if you watched my channel. Although I don't do anything about the First Amendment, it's all cooking and travel. But I mean, anybody who's subbed to me knows exactly how the hell I sound because I'm on there pretty much weekly.
Yeah, you sound like you have a voice for content creation or radio or something.
And a face for radio. Yes, that's the.
No, you have a great voice, and you should use it more, dude. I mean, I feel like you could branch out a lot with the kind of content you create, especially considering that you're in a different part of the world than most people who watch you.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, Proofrock, $20. Nice job, man. And Julian, the whole amendments thing in Japan, even though the U.S. technically wrote their constitution, you don't really mess with the cops. The cops don't mess with you, but you really don't want to mess with the cops because the conviction rate in Japan is like upper 90 percentile. It's bad.
Yeah, it's very bad. I think it's in the 99th percentile, as a matter of fact. Like almost all.
It's super high. So basically, as long as you're not breaking the law, the cops are not going to mess with you. But if you do something that causes their attention, you got to make sure you are properly deferential so that you don't go to court. Because if you go to court, it's pretty much your ass. It's, Different culture. What I say, the thing is though, most of the cops that I've seen or spoken to, they're civil servants. They're just guys with a job. You know, some people flip burgers, some people manage corporations, some people got on the street and say, "Hey man, that was a red walk signal. Don't do that."
So how much do you think that the culture influences that attitude that police have there?
Police are respected, but again, they're not assholes. They don't have that power mad thing that they do here in
And do you think that that's because they're?
I am in the States.
Are they? You think that that's because they're Asian?
I mean, I think it is just a cultural difference, man. Their whole thing is I've had a couple of students that were police, and when you ask them, "What do you do?" and they're like, "I'm a civil servant." I mean, they don't generally tell you they're a cop unless you press for more specificity.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. All right.
I had a run-in with the cops once, but that story is going to be a little too long for this.
Oh, okay. Well, email it to me. I'd love to at least read it, and then we could talk about it on a live stream at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's a minimal thing, and I don't come out of it looking particularly good either. But
okay.
Suffice to say, nobody went to jail. So
yeah, well, at least there's that. All right, man.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna.
Good to see you, my man. Sorry about the initial screw up. I switched to the phone. The phone is home.
Worked out. It worked out, dude. Thanks for jumping in. I appreciate you. All right, man. All right, let's see who we got here. I'm just going to go in order, okay? I don't know if they're appearing in the order that you came in or not, but I'm just going to go in the order that they appear on my end of the streaming thing. So next up, we got Ario B. Is that correct?
It's close. It's Ario.
Ario, gotcha. What's up, man?
So I was thinking about let's talk about stop and identify states.
Mm-hmm.
So North Dakota, where I live, is a stop and identify state. And one thing I was thinking of is an officer doesn't have to tell you why they're detaining you, right?
Right.
And so you could technically refuse to ID yourself, but if he doesn't tell you, then how, could you be found guilty of not presenting ID?
Yes. They do not need to tell you why they are stopping you in order to demand to see your ID.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's no legal requirement for officers to disseminate what the reasonable suspicion that they have is, except to a judge in a official, courtroom.
Court.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about that. As I was walking home, I was riding a bike home, and apparently you're not supposed to be riding your bike on the sidewalk. Weird, right?
Yeah.
And I pulled over, and they told me you had to be on the road road, and they asked to see my ID, and I gave it to them. But that got me thinking on it'd be risky to not identify yourself in a stop and ID state.
Well, it's risky anyway, because even in a non-stop and identify state, unless the law explicitly says that you have to be arrested prior, then it's still a very risky thing to do. The thing about it is like, you don't know what the cop knows, right? Yep. So you have no objective basis for concluding whether or not they actually do have a reasonable suspicion. So it's always safe to just assume that they do. And then if they don't, and you can prove that later, you can still file a Fourth Amendment claim, regardless of whether or not you sacrificed your ID.
Yeah, but I think that would be, it wouldn't be worth it, right? Because I know you speak about damages.
Yes.
You need damages to have any kind of claim that would be very minimal.
Yeah, it would be minimal. And, taking it to federal court and filing a claim over just an ID dispute, you might not get very far with that. You could potentially, the obvious hope in a situation like that would be to get a settlement, from the city instead of taking it all the way. But that's a risk again.
Yeah. I don't think any lawyer would ever support that.
No, probably not. You have a hard time finding a lawyer to take that case.
Yeah. Dang it, I thought I was going to ask next. Oh yeah, that video you watched from Blackluster of that officer busting in their door
Mhm.
when they're about that they said harassment. You had played it.
Yeah, I recall.
I was thinking about that one, and one thing I thought about is these days, since YouTube's here and you have Audit the Audit, and you have people trying to assert their rights. I'll
Mhm.
say that. My take on it is that he's had some of these interactions where people don't want to ID or they don't want to talk, and he's had enough of it. And so that was just a tipping point for him where he just said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, it's hard to pry into the mind of an officer like that because we could also easily say, well, this guy was just a fucking psycho. You know what I mean? And he
Yeah.
acted like one. And maybe no matter what they had done in that moment, he still would have bursted into their door for no reason. So, yeah, it very well could be what you're describing here, which is essentially First Amendment fatigue, for lack of a better phrase. But there's no doubt that there's a lot of merit to what you're saying, especially in specific cases that we can point to. But I wouldn't necessarily assign that directly to that officer in particular in that instances because there's just so many variables that are at play.
Yeah, I was just to me, it seems like his attitude was just kind of over it, stressed.
Yeah,
It seems like,
dangerous attitude.
and it seems like I've heard in other body camera officers are like tired of people asking for their badge and ID number or asking for the supervisor. Apparently, people do it a lot now these days.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're trying to. I'll say people sometimes exercise their rights at the wrong time.
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily your right to know an officer's
Yeah.
name or badge number anyway.
Or
So
supervisor.
yeah, it's not a hill to die on is what I would say about that.
And I think that's I don't know where that misconception comes from because it's like, what do you think they're gonna say? They can say the same thing that the officer is saying. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
All right, Ario. Well, you got anything else, brother?
No, that's it.
All right, man. Well, thank you for jumping in. Feel free to hop
Hey.
in next time we do this, man. Pleasure
Sounds
talking
good.
to you.
Have a good night.
All right, man. Later. All right. Now we got Thinker Teacher. What's up, brother?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please let me know if you can hear me right now.
I can hear you very well, my friend.
Okay, I'm just muting the stream not to have the audio. Sorry, have the echo.
That's okay.
I would like to thank you very much, all of the community, because fighting for freedom, fighting for our rights is absolutely amazing. And I am from Europe, by the way, from Poland, right?
Awesome. Good to talk to you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you are talking in the stream probably. That's why I tried to put it one more time.
Okay, you not hear me?
Right now?
Check. Seeing if you can hear.
Yes, I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. What you got, man?
Yes, now I can hear you. Yes. Now it's okay. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Poland.
Okay. One more time.
What were you going to say?
Checking out if we can hear at the studio, not in the stream.
Oh, can you not hear? I can hear you in the studio. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I'll tell you what, dude.
The technical stuff. I have the audio turned on. Mic is on as well. And should I listen you to the stream or to the to the YouTube or to the StreamYard?
It would probably be better if you could hear me through StreamYard. Poland trying to warn us. Do you have a warning for us?
I cannot hear you at the StreamYard. Not sure why. Please give me a second. Right. I'll see if I can.
Here, how about this? Can you hear me better now, maybe?
StreamYard. Not sure why.
All right, we'll come back to you. I'm going to remove you from the stage for now, but leave you. We'll come back to Thinker Teacher. Right now, James is up. What you got, dude? Hello? All right, going to Alex. What's up, Alex? I think you're muted, brother. Not getting any audio from you, dude. Hello. I think you're yeah, now we have the opposite problem going on. Hey, you're muted, brother. Alex, hopefully you'll pick up on that. We're gonna go to Brian here. Brian, my man.
Whoa. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What's up?
Oh, hey man. First, I want to say I appreciate like all your auditing and everything. Recently got released from the Florida Department of Corrections about 3 months ago. It was a false as hell arrest on it was a fake battery on Leo and a fake resisting officer with violence charge. The officers inside the jail in the Duval County Jail took me off camera because I had made them mad and almost killed me. Hold on, somebody's coming out. But anyways, I want to tell you I appreciate what you do. And then do you have anybody I could reach out to help us around here? Because I don't know if you've heard about the Charles Faggart case, the inmate that was recently killed. If you could look that up, he was recently killed inside of the jail about the same time I came out, about 3 months ago. It's Charles Faggart by officers. And the officers, what they do in there, they take you off camera, and when you make them mad, and they just beat the hell out of you or kill you. It's a known thing in there. I've been in there a couple times, but each time I went in there, my charges got dropped. They were just misdemeanors. But I'm really just, I appreciate your channel, and if there's any way you could help us out, this community, JSO is terrorizing us.
Well, I'll say this, that, you know.
Did you?
Sorry, what was that?
Got punched, the McNeil, the JSO
Yes.
officer that punched. Yeah. So that was recent
same
too.
department. Yeah.
Yeah. Like PK Waters is trying to cover everything up.
I'm not surprised. I mean, we watched this press conference on the live stream, and it was just full of absolute bullshit. So I'm not surprised at all. What I was about to say is that, you know, that jail is not the only one facing this exact same kind of allegation, and there is a serious problem in this country about how jails are being run and the quality of the people that we have employed as Department of Corrections employees. The truth of the matter is that no person who would be qualified to do that job wants to do that job. So you end up with a jails full of absolute pieces of shit, you know, who are managing these inmates, and many of them innocent people like yourself, as you claim. And so I wish there was something that I could do. I mean, beyond doing what I do and spreading awareness about these stories, which I'll certainly take a look into. Yeah, I'll certainly take a look into this guy's story and see if I can make any connections there. But we no doubt have a plague in this country of not being able to properly care for the people that are wards of the state. And
pre-trial detention. It's a pre-trial detention facility. You're not guilty of anything, and before you know it, you're dead or almost dead.
Yeah, and you could be in jail for months, like you said, because that's how slow the judicial system works.
I just did
things
2.5 years. Mine's about to be overturned, thankfully, but I had to do 2.5. I didn't plead out to it. I had to go all the way through the shitty judicial system and everything. They maliciously prosecuted me, and now the same arresting officer that killed him was my arresting officer. So,
well,
it's a dirty mess.
I think what you need to do is, once you get done with your criminal aspects of your case, you should talk to a civil rights attorney. You know, someone in that area.
I am my civil rights attorney. I have a case going.
Pro
You want a
se?
case number? Yeah, I have to be like that.
I see. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad you did that.
They just filed a motion to dismiss my second amended complaint, but it got denied as moot. Now they have to answer to my third.
Oh, sounds like you're doing good.
I'm trying to learn it as I go. You know what I mean? But
yeah, there's this service called Pro Se University. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Type that into Google. Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, because and I'm not necessarily saying you should pay for their service, but I just want to let you know that there are tools out there that you could use that would help you with your pro se case and representing yourself.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one.
Well, check it out. It could very well be worth your money.
Okay. All right. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely, Brian. Have a good day, man. All right, we'll try to bring. Well, we're gonna bring Al or James in here because he came in and had been waiting for a minute. So, what's up,
Oh
brother?
man, it's crazy to even. I'm like starstruck right now.
Don't do that to me, dude.
I started watching. Am I too loud to?
No, you're good.
All right.
You're good.
I started watching. Man, I think it was pretty early. I mean, like you started back before 2020.
Yeah, May 28th, 2019 is when ATA was started.
That's I think around the time I started watching it, I was like, yo, wait, what is this crazy? Like it didn't even have that many followers at that point. I was like, what is this like? And also, you did the voice back then, or was that somebody else?
No, that was me.
You did. That was you. Okay. And so you're over here telling One Man Japan that he needs to get out there and use his voice more. Meanwhile, you, I'm just
come on, dude.
No, that guy that you got for the videos, he's the real deal. He's fantastic. I've seen his website. I forgot what his name is.
Andrew Baldwin is his name, and he's
Andrew
a fantastic narrator for sure.
Yeah, he's really good at it. So I'm just giving you some crap. I feel like I'm like on the radio right now and I can't cuss, but I guess.
No, you can say whatever the fuck you want, dude.
But yeah, just wanted to say, big fan. Like, and I really like this live stream format. I don't have really anything interesting to say because.
Hey, that's okay. You don't have to, man. You can just
kind of
call
sprung this call-in format right on us, but yeah, just wanted to give you love. And also, like, yeah, just hearing from Brian, the last caller, that it was great to hear from him. Much love to him. I hope he can. It sounds like he's doing pretty good in advocating for himself, but yeah, no,
it's a difficult road to walk, no matter what. Even if you're doing good, it's still hard, you know.
But yeah, that's all I got. Also, the first caller, I want to say, you know, over the years, you know, I've had my ups and downs too, and it is, you know, like just having a program that you like of any kind, whatever it is, but just kind of having that consistent source of entertainment, like it's real what she was saying too, as well. So.
Well, to have that reaffirmed by another person means a lot. I'm gonna have a lot to think about while I'm laying down to go to sleep tonight about, you know, what kind of impacts have I made and the ways that I may have affected people that I don't even know about, you know.
And it just be, you know, thankful it's in positive ways because you know, a lot of people are having bad influences. So
yeah, no doubt. Well, James, dude, I
really
appreciate
good to talk to you, man.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Feel free to chime back in anytime we do this again. I think I'm probably going to make this a regular thing at some point. So anytime you want to call in and talk.
Is it a set? Do you do it a set time, a certain day, a week at this point?
It's my first time.
Just
so
kind of okay.
Yeah, this is a trial run, I guess, and we'll figure out some kind of schedule at some point. If people even like this, you know, we'll just have to see how it goes.
I think they do. But all right.
All right.
Good to talk to you.
Well, I hope to see you again, James.
Yeah, man. Bye.
Later. All right, Alex. Hopefully you got your audio worked out, brother.
I hope so too.
I hear you now. What you got, dude?
Oh, that's great. Wow. Okay, listen to this. I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm following your channels for quite some while. And lastly, I had this encounter with the police of my own. And I'm a local politician over here in my municipality. And thing is, it doesn't matter. I'm a politician over here. I'm just being thrown down to the ground, no matter what. Thing is, you in the United States have this thing. You broke with the rules here we have in Europe. And you try to reinvent everything from scratch. And now we're at this moment, we in Europe are looking at you in the United States. How can we improve ourselves? Well, you fuck things up like a shit head. Really, you do. How can we learn from you, the new world? Well, you fucking... You're just fucking everything up.
Can you be more specific? Can you be more specific about what exactly we're fucking up?
police, basically. Really.
But didn't you just say you got thrown down by your own police?
Yeah. I was just filming a situation. I didn't believe the police was being just to some person. I don't know about a person. But I had the feeling that wasn't right, so I started filming. Right, and there, one of the friends of the person that wasn't feeling right came up to me. Hey, you shouldn't film because privacy. What the fuck? I'm
in public.
I'm in public space. All right, I can film. I'm filming to protect you. So she grabbed my camera out of my phone. So I was, what the fuck, and I was pushed down to the ground. And within 2 minutes from starting filming, I was arrested.
Sounds like you have a pretty fucked up police force over there too, man.
Yeah, that's the Netherlands.
So why are you saying the United States is fucking everything up? Sounds like the Netherlands are fucking some shit up too.
Actually, the Nazis are everywhere. Really, they never got extinct. But thank you for having me sharing my story on your show.
Of course.
Absolutely. I'll keep following you because you are actually cool, and I'm actually learning from you. Thank you.
That's good. I'm glad that you're learning from me, Alex. That's my main mission here, and that's the reason we're talking right now, as a matter of fact. So I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot.
Well, good one for you.
Thank you, Alex. All right, man. Feel free to hop back in anytime we do this. I'd love to hear from you again.
Always.
All right. We'll talk to you later, man. All right. Let's go back to Alex, see if he got his audio worked up yet. Let's see here.
I'm still big.
All right. Sorry. I meant Aereo. Sorry, Alex. Or no, not Aereo. Who was it? Someone came in here and didn't have their audio working. I don't know who it was. We'll go to Saeed. Saeed, are you there?
Good evening, John. Can you hear me?
I can. What's up, brother?
Honestly, I have to say the last person who was on, that was an absolutely wild thing to hear. Your story. For me, though, I don't really have that much of a wild story. I just wanted to say that I love the content that you're making and, making the public aware and distilling this knowledge about how to, navigate police interactions. I think it's something that is and has shown to be extremely helpful for people who may not be as knowledgeable about their constitutional rights.
Yeah, I think that, and I don't want to take full credit for what you're saying here, because the broader implication of what you're trying to say here is that, the collective internet has increased the social conscious around their rights and the Constitution and how to interact with law enforcement in general. So while I've played my part,
right,
we've also had many other people, do equally changing things. So I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm only speaking, I guess I should not maybe speak for the broader, but for me, myself, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
I'm trying to say, because you're the first person really who introduced me to what First Amendment auditing is, because I had never knew about that up until I came to your channel that was showing these.
Well, I'm happy to be your introduction to that whole community and tearing down whatever mindset you might have had about police before that.
My overall interaction, I've had only maybe about a handful of interactions with police, and that was just only with traffic stops. So not anything beyond that. And the general rule that I've been always taught, growing up, is, don't talk to the police. So
I'm glad you were taught that. That's a lot more than most people are taught at a young age.
Yeah. No, I have some good folks put a good head on my shoulders,
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's rare nowadays.
Yeah. But for your channel, I came across it back maybe about 4 years ago. And ever since then, I've just been constantly like watching, waiting for like the next episode to come up. And
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate your support. That's awesome to hear.
yeah, no, I absolutely love what you're doing, and I hope that you keep doing what you're doing. And there's something that I wanted to just ask in particular to this format that you said you wanted to experiment with.
Sure.
Since this is my first time even hearing about this website, StreamYard, I can hear the audio coming out from your end perfectly clear. However, for some reason, like the video is very laggy. Like I'm just seeing only a still picture of you. I don't know if that was like the case.
Does that happen for everybody?
I mean,
Well,
I'm only looking at you through StreamYard, but not
refresh.
through YouTube, since I didn't want there to be any overlap in the audio.
Yeah, well, yeah, just refresh. The video is fine. I just refreshed
Oh,
it
okay.
on mine. Yep.
It's probably just me and my.
It's
from the internet.
bandwidth being hogged, I'm sure, because you're live streaming a video and live streaming our call right now. So it's probably just laggy bandwidth for on your end.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to just pop in and say that you're doing excellent work and keep up the great work.
Thank you.
I had bought your book
Awesome.
earlier. I think it was whenever it first came on sale, whenever it was first announced. I think that's when I had purchased it, but I can't remember how long ago that was.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, did you enjoy it? What did you think of it?
Oh, I'm still reading it so far. I'm reading it little bit by bit. I'm about halfway through right now.
Cool.
But so far it has been extremely informative and definitely, breaks down what would be probably like the more like daunting information to like learn about, really like boils it down to just, as you call it, like cursory knowledge of having like on hand and how to like navigate in any instance, like various degrees of like police interaction with whatever it might be.
Yeah,
So,
it was, I say this often, and something that I would like people to understand before they purchase a book is that if you've watched a lot of ATA, it's not like it's going to open your mind up to this deeper level that ATA never got to. It's more a substitute for having to watch thousands of hours of ATA. Instead, you could just read this book. So it's more tailored to the average person than necessarily the ATA viewer. But I'm glad you're still getting that from it as someone who's been consuming the content for a long time.
exactly. And I'll continue to do so. And I guess maybe a last question I would want to leave off before, handing over the stage to somebody else would be, do you have any, how do I say this? Any intention about writing a second book, or in the works of writing like a second book anytime soon?
Yeah, so the idea originally was to do the Civilian Rights Hand Guide, which, is essentially for the average person. And then I would follow that up with the Law Enforcement Handbook, which would be tailored more towards how law enforcement officers could carry out their duties effectively, efficiently, and without violating civilian rights. And then the third, it would be a trilogy, with the third book being focused on people who want to get involved in activism and potentially participate in the First Amendment community or involve themselves in activism in some other way, shape, or form. So that's the plan, but getting the time to do that is a totally different, matter. I mean, it took me almost 6 months of just focusing on writing that book to get that done. And then I'd already had, the first and second chapters completed years prior. So it's very time consuming to do it. But there probably will at some point be a sequel and potentially a trilogy. A trilogy.
Trilogy. Well, if that ever does come to pass, I'll be your first purchaser, or at least
Hell
I'll try,
yeah.
because I know I'll have a long line ahead of me.
Well, maybe I can get you a signed copy, man. If I ever do, just shoot me.
Oh, that would definitely mean the world to me, and thank you for making again this fantastic content for all all of us, and keep doing the great work.
Hey, it's my pleasure, brother. And thank you for calling in. Feel free to hop back in here anytime we do this.
Absolutely. You take care.
All right, man. Later. Bye. All right. Gonna hop over here to KC now. You guys let me know what you think of this, by the way. I don't, I'm not really paying much attention to the chat right now. It's kind of hard to do that and carry a respectful conversation and dedicate my attention to one person. So, let me hear what you think of this in the chat, and I'll check on that after this next call. KC.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, brother?
Hey, so I have a couple things. First off, I've been watching your ATA since you were posting those on Twitter a long time ago, before X was the thing. And a big fan. But I have a question, a scenario question for you. First off, I'm in Kansas, which is a stop and ID state. But I watch a lot of videos, and the first rule anyone will tell you is don't talk to the police. Most people say don't answer questions. My question is, what would you do if the police just constantly, like, whether or not you're guilty of a crime, if they stop and just keep pressing, well, I'm not going to let you go until you talk. I actually heard this in a video, an airport video. It might have been like Midwest Safety, I'm not sure. But they were trying to detain someone. I guess they were inebriated or the such, allegedly. And the guy's like, I don't answer questions. And the police just constantly were pressing, well, we're going to detain you. They eventually put him in handcuffs, and the mentality, we're not going to let you go until you talk. How would you handle a situation like that if you were ever put in it? That's my question.
How me personally, if I were ever put in a situation like that, the first thing to understand about that scenario is that once they declare that you are detained, your Fourth Amendment rights are now implicated. Okay, so that means that if they detained you without having legitimate, reasonable suspicion or probable cause of some kind of crime, then you'll have a legitimate Fourth Amendment claim that you could file in federal court against them for that action. If you ever find yourself in a situation where they're constantly interrogating you and they have you detained, they won't stop questioning you, the only thing you can do is say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence, and I will not speak to you without an attorney present. And then do that. Remain completely silent. Ignore all of their questions. Don't fight with them. Don't struggle. Accept the fact that you are detained, probably unlawfully, and that you will have to deal with that. And your redress of that will have to take place in a courtroom, not in the moment. So essentially, the only thing you can do in that scenario is comply and remain silent.
Awesome. That's about my mindset on it. Yeah, I just watched a video like half an hour before I hopped over here, and it's just 20 minutes of police badgering a guy in an airport about asking questions, and he just repeatedly, and he eventually talked. But he repeatedly for about 20 minutes is like, Fifth Amendment, won't talk to you, and he eventually talked, and they arrested him. But
yeah, that's the thing, is they're going to try to break you. When as soon as you invoke that Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, they're going to do everything they can to get you to not remain silent, to do anything that they can to try to get some kind of incriminating statement from you.
yeah, and you mentioned in a previous live stream that when people say that, it's like they don't understand what that, like they're not used to hearing people say that. It's not normal for them. So,
right.
Anyways.
And they think that they're well within their authority sometimes to force you to answer questions, because there's so many situations where they just go up to someone and start asking questions, and they don't even think about whether or not they should remain silent. They just start answering questions, So I could see where an officer would get in a habit of doing things like that without even realizing that they're potentially committing a civil rights violation. So this is the thing is you are the one that has to be vigilant about ensuring that your rights are protected. The cops are not going to do that for you, you know?
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time. It's really all I had, and love this format, by the way. So
Thank you. All right. Well, pleasure talking to you, KC, and feel free to hit me up anytime when we do this again.
thanks.
All right, man. Yo, one man is over here making me crack up so one thing you guys may not know about this stream setup or whatever is that I can see all the people down here below this screen that are lined up for a call. And Brad over here is making crazy ass faces at me in the middle of me trying to have a serious conversation. Look, explain. Brad over here is making crazy ass faces at me in the middle of me trying to have a serious conversation. Look, explain. Brad.
Yeah. I'm just messing with you, man. Oh, a second. Let me mute that shit. Turn you up on the phone. There we go.
All right,
I'm not
hold
trying
on.
to double dip, man. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, you're messing with me good. I have me fucked up in that last thing.
I could see you trying to hold your laughter back. I was like, oh, he can see me.
All right, we got one more person, so I'm gonna get to them real quick, dude.
All right. Hey, I sent you an email, man. I posted like a 4-minute video.
Yeah, well, maybe we can check it out before we end the stream. We got like 20 minutes, so just give me a minute.
Don't delay on my account. But anyway, thanks.
Yeah. All right, we got Not Saying Cop Watch. What's up, man?
Yeah, I was just wondering, you do a lot with the community, and I was wondering if you ever do any cop watching yourself.
I do not do cop watching, but some of the things that I have done outside of just create content, I've connected many people to attorneys that, you know, I happen to know in the state where whatever instance took place. Another thing that I've done for people is type up briefs to essentially so that they come to an attorney armed with what they want to explore. So a lot of times I'll give them a copy of the script that we wrote for the interaction so that they can take that to their attorney and say, hey, look, this is what I think was wrong, and this is how we can fix it. Hopefully with your help, you know. And then one more thing that I've done is participated, or, you know, one of the other things that I've done is participated in training events involving officers and departments, and try to develop something of a curriculum to help them understand how to interact with the public and First Amendment auditors in particular. So although I haven't done cop watching, I have done a lot of things behind the scenes that just never really make it to a video, you know?
Yeah, most of the stuff that I do makes for, you know, bedtime watching, you know, put you to sleep. And I don't interfere and all of that good stuff.
Are you an auditor yourself?
No, I'm a cop watcher. And I have a bunch of videos, but again, they're extremely boring.
Well, what do you, I would love to hear your distinction between cop watching and First Amendment auditing.
So my distinction would be that instead of creating a situation where the cops may be called, when I come across the police already doing something, I'll pull out my camera and watch them.
Interesting.
Just
Okay.
see what's going on and make sure that things are on the up and up.
I'm glad that you said that, because in my mind, at least, that is exactly the distinction that I would draw between those two phrases as well. So I'm glad, you know, I'm glad that I'm not the only one, I guess.
You know, a few years ago we had the George Floyd stuff, and there's a whole big movement of BLM and all of that. And whether you like the politics or not, it's irrelevant to me. But I just felt like there should have been a real grassroots movement to watch the police, because no one would even known about George Floyd if it wasn't for Darnell Frazier
right
filming and exposing that. And I'm just surprised that it really hasn't caught on more. That everyone should be getting out there and casually, watching the cops when things are going down.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the reason that wasn't an awakening moment for society is because of the state that we were in with our societal discourse at the time, and we still haven't fully recovered from that. 2020 and 2021 were rough years, with COVID going on, and just all the political discourse that was taking place, and that's sort of the time period where people started really becoming ideologically captured with the political drama. And I think that influenced a lot of how things played out from the George Floyd case in particular. But I would say just don't give up yet. There's still plenty of time for things to change and plenty of events that could change it. And I think also that a lot of the individuals who the politicians in particular largely dictate the things that happen throughout the discourse of our society. So it's not just a matter of convincing people. We also have to convince our legislators that this is what we want.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, feel free to hop back in anytime, man.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. All right, we'll go to Donald Barker the third. Actually, sorry, Thinker Teacher. What's up, man?
Yes, I am. Hello, thank you very much for letting me in.
Yes, of course. Sorry for the audio issues before.
It was on my end. Sorry,
Okay,
I just have the audio in the camera and the separate mic. That's why I need to switch it.
I see.
And first of all, I am super grateful for all of the stuff that you, as the community, actually we, the people, but you at the community, the auditors do for everybody. I know it's mostly some kind of United States, let's say, content, but believe me, everybody who is, let's say, believer about the freedom society is with you with all the heart.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Poland.
Yes, therefore, everybody in Europe, in Poland, I strongly believe that everybody wants to feel pretty safe. Everybody wants to have their rights, let's say, not violated. And this is what we do in general. I mean, some like the auditors, the community, the media. I mean, the media that of course supports us with the people, right? Is the direction, is the activity towards the goal that we want to feel safe. We want to feel, let's say, happy. We want to feel the opportunity to have the freedom of speech, freedom of action, as long as we do not, let's say, make harm to any other people. And that's why the stuff that you do in America has started, let's say, in my country, in Poland as well.
Do you have something equivalent to a First Amendment auditing community?
Yes, of course, in a less lower scale, but it's something like it started, right? Something like 4 to 5 years ago, it started. One guy that have the, let's say, channel, at YouTube channel, because he's done pretty similar stuff, but a little bit in a less scope. He's if the police interacts whenever you are recording the objects, right? Something like that, in a very, very general sense, but similar to our content as well.
Well, that's very interesting. And I think that it makes sense for things like that to take a while to sort of spin up in other parts of the world. Because, the United States is in a unique situation where, we have the Constitution and this doctrine that sort of paved the way for people to be able to do this. I'm curious, is that sort of the same, what's the operational nature of free speech in Poland like?
In Poland, we have some kind of constitutional as well. We do not have the specific, let's say, amendments to the constitution, but it's like a more general. But the biggest problem about the freedom of recording, right, especially the government, the police, and so on, is that the mentality, right? For example, we lived in the communist regime. The communist regime fall apart about 35 years ago, and not everybody adjusted to the new reality, so to speak, right? And therefore, the older caps, some like the tyrants, as of course we know them, are something like forcing to this, let's say, communism reality system into the new generation, so to speak.
That's interesting. And do you think that that's happening at a political level, or is it like, well, what I'm trying to ask is there a group of people in your country who identify with that movement, and are they all of the same sort of demographic?
I guess it's a little bit different. It's rather the tyrannical approach. I'm not sure if I expressed it correctly. So like, it doesn't explicitly, let's say, related to the age. Mostly it's related to the age, but rather about the approach. For example, whenever we have the communist regime, you could go to jail without any, let's say, actual reason, without any chances to, let's say, live that with that same kind of, let's say, standard as we do have right now, right?
Sure.
Something like a, let's say, terror regime, if I can say that. And people who are really, let's say, if I can say, modern approach with the sense of freedom, free speech, and so on, are fighting to have such a freedom for us. I mean, for us in Poland, but in general in Europe as well, because Poland is an European Union as well, right?
So do those people who are fighting for your freedoms, do they make up the minority or the majority of
Unfortunately, they are some like divided, because recently we had the, let's say, president election, and what was the most funny, but a little bit in an ironic sense, right, was that the president was, let's say, elected for the second voting, let's say, attempt, and it was the difference about some like 50,000 votes, some like a super small margin of, let's say, from one side to the other. And the most, let's say, painful is that the people who really want to make the changes needs to fight against the people who would like to do nothing, or who are agrees into all of the violence, all of the corruption, and so on. And therefore, whenever Long Audit and all of you guys with the community present some kind of corruption, I'm so like, Jesus Christ, it's my country as well. Maybe in a scale, right? It's the same. It's actually the same. And therefore, super refreshing whenever I can see your content in general as the, let's say, auditors, to show how some kind of, let's say, actions towards the change can make the real impact that I'm super proud of. And I believe that slowly the Europe, especially the Europe and my country, will start to make some kind of adjustments, and this impact to our country as well.
Yes, and I'm glad that you're seeing that. And I think that the fact that you're seeing some semblance of a First Amendment auditing community start to arrive in your country is probably a testament to the overall sentiments of the people there.
Absolutely.
So I can definitely say that your country is probably on the right path to discovering more freedom. So just keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and I'm very proud, because we have people, some like, who are more interested about let's say, sharing the stuff that you do in general, like other auditors and so on, but they are some like united in a different form. What do I mean? For example, one auditor is making the content about recording the, let's say, army units, about the police, about the government and so on. The other one is making the same impact over, for example, the cars not to park into the, let's say, pavements and so on, right? And so like all of the people who are united in different approaches, but for the same goal. This is what I absolutely love in Polish people, and at the same time in our approach, some like humans, not just the people who are from specific country, but we are fighting for the freedom of speech, of the religion, of the action, and so on. And therefore, it's some like a universal thing, at least to me.
This is really awesome to hear from you, man. Because, a lot of people in America have the impression of Europe that they don't really value things like free speech and, recording in public, for example, because there are, a few countries in Europe that explicitly ban that type of action. So it's good to know that there are people like you and people, and that there's a general uprising, if you will, of people who embrace the ideas of free speech and religion and that kind of thing. That's really awesome to hear.
Yeah, and if I can add one more thing,
Sure.
I'm super proud that more awareness is spread among the people overall. I do not mean the specific region, but something like overall. And for example, one of the most popular auditors in our country has about 450,000 subscribers. Therefore, you can make some kind of scale, right? Therefore, it's pretty unique. And he has started, let's say, his actions some like 4 or 5 years ago but the actions he, let's say, performs with all of the explanation about the law, about the specific regulations, about the government approach, about the policeman, about mentality is absolutely fantastic. I'm not kidding. It's some like the best standards that you, let's say, auditors are setting up. And what's most funny, he was probably 2 or 3 months ago, maybe half a year ago, in America to test out your freedom of speech. It was absolutely ridiculous, but actually, probably one of the people who tried to violate his right, some like backed up pretty quickly. Therefore, he tested out in your country as well. I'm super proud.
That is really cool. Would you, if you could, I would love for you to send me a link to his channel, maybe through email or something like that. I would love to check that out.
It is some like in a translation to English, it will be some like a citizens audit. So like not for respondent in German, but citizens audit. But I will just send you into the email and I will let you know about him. Okay?
Yeah. Maybe we'll watch one of his audits on the stream.
Yeah, and probably I'm not kidding because that's why I'm so excited and I wanted to pop up into the stream. Not about my ego, right? Probably at some point I strongly believe that you will be having the collaboration. I'm not kidding. Because he is improving his channel, he's spreading awareness over the whole country. And at the same time, he started making some kind of tests in Germany, in France, in America, some like testing out how the freedom of speech, the freedom of recording, and so on will be, let's say, violated or not violated in other countries.
Yeah,
therefore,
so
it will be fantastic at some point if you will have the collaboration.
Oh, of course. I mean, it would be awesome to speak to anyone who has these kind of ideas in different places.
It would be worldwide, right? It would be fantastic.
For sure. Please, please send me a link to his channel and I'll try to connect with him.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being patient and thank you for joining.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Greetings to everyone. And I'm grateful for everybody for fighting for our freedom. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, man. All right. You have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. We got Donald Barker III. Oh, man. What's up? Can you hear me? It's on you, brother. What's going on, man? I don't think he can hear me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just give him a second, see if he realizes he's live right now. Can you hear me now, man? I can hear him. He can't hear me. This is kind of like, I feel like I'm being a voyeur or something right now. All right. Well, we gave it a chance. DB3, my man. Look at your screen, dude. Look at your screen. Someone reach out. Look at the live stream. You're on here, brother. Are you there? Oh, hello? Hello. All right, well, if he hasn't figured it out by looking directly at the stream, I'm not sure that he's going to. Well, this is about the end of the stream, honestly. So at least we got to say hi to Donald. I'll bring him back in one more time, see if we can get him up here.
Can you hear me?
Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's up, brother?
Oh, wait, I think I got the wrong one.
Oh, somebody tell him to refresh.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Turn up my volume.
Okay.
All right.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? I just wanted to say for what you do. I discovered your channel, Audit the Audit, not too long ago, man, and it's been really informative to me. So I appreciate it, and all the auditors out there. I watch a lot of I watch police interactions all day.
Yeah, that tends to happen to a lot of people, man. Like, they find an auditor that they like or ATA maybe, and it just opens the floodgates to all the other content on YouTube about this stuff,
Yeah. You really got me messed up because now all I see all day long is case law.
Well, that's good. That's a good problem to have.
It's like I drive down the street, I see a traffic stop. Oh, Terry versus Ohio, Pennsylvania versus Mim, Maryland versus Wilson, Wren versus United States. it's, it's Brentwood
That's
versus
awesome.
California. Oh no. Oh, he's going for his phone. He's going for his phone. Raleigh versus California. I just see case law all day.
That is awesome, dude. And that's so cool to hear. I'm glad that I could inspire you to see that in the world.
Yeah, it's crazy. And oddly enough, is some of the when people say if you don't use your rights, you lose your rights. I kind of see that through through a lot of the case law too. Oddly enough, with your rights to remain silent, because there's so many different cases where, well, if you just stay silent, then they could use that against you.
Yeah, Selena
Without
v.
you don't
Texas.
invoke it. Selena v. Texas, and there was a couple of more. I can't remember them off the
Yeah,
top of my
there are a
head.
few at the circuit level as well that say the very same thing.
I remember there was one. I think I was I can't remember the case law. It was it was a Supreme Court case out of New Jersey, I think, where like a guy had robbed a convenience store and then he hid his gun, and then they captured him and he was in the back of the car, and the cops were, I guess they said they were talking amongst themselves because he had invoked his rights, but they wasn't talking to him. Like, oh, it would sure be bad if some of the kids from the school system would find that gun, and then he spoke up because he felt guilty.
Oh, that's
And,
interesting.
yeah, it was a Supreme Court case. It was quoted in one of your episodes. I just don't remember.
Yeah,
which one.
I feel like I'm familiar with that, but I can't remember the name of that.
I want to say like New Jersey was part of the name.
That sounds like some New Jersey type shit right there for sure.
And then the ruling was that, well, they were talking amongst themselves. They wasn't talking to him.
Yeah, so just so I want to say that, because this is a good point to say something to the rest of the audience right now, is that you wouldn't believe the mental gymnastics that a court will go through to justify an officer's behavior like that, and where they will draw the lines of distinction between what a police officer is doing in their official capacity and what they're doing as just a person. And so that's something to always bear in mind, for sure.
Yeah, when they want to get you, they'll do everything to get you. Look at the what's the about the mob RICO, right? There was no way for them to get the mob until they came up. Well, if we get one of them, we can get all of them.
Yep.
And they want to get you. They get you. There was a case, Florida versus Bostic. So that was
very familiar with that case.
Yeah, it was on a bus. They got the cops got on the bus, and they were confronting people. They confronted him.
They had a drug dog.
He ended up having drugs on him.
Yeah.
Did they have a drug dog at the time?
Yeah, they were running drug dog around the bus. It alerted, and that's why they got on the bus in the first place. But the dog didn't alert directly to him. They didn't bring the dog on the bus when they decided to just go through and arbitrarily search people.
Yeah, and the ruling in the case was because what was it? Because he tried to claim it's an illegal search. And they ruled that, well, a city bus is a public place. He could have got up and walked away.
Yep. And
That's
it is.
So it was a consensual encounter. He consented to showing the drugs that he had on him. That's basically the way it kind of breaks down.
Yeah.
At least from my understanding of it.
That's a good illustration of what I was trying to say before about them going through the mental gymnastics to justify literally anything,
Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to. I know you're probably wrapping up at this time, and I don't want to keep you. But I
You're good.
want to chime in a little bit.
Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate you chiming in, man. And anytime you want to chime in and we're doing this, feel free to, man. You have my personal invitation back here.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll come with more case law next time.
Hell yeah.
I did kind of want to ask you one question on
Sure.
your perspective on something, and it has to do with in Texas with the Texas Penal Code 38.02.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think? Do you have a perspective on why cops get that so wrong still to this day? Because that the language of that law, I actually looked it up. Language of that law has been changed to be what it was or what it is since 1987.
And it's one of the least vague identification laws in the entire country, in my opinion. 3802 is one of the most well-drafted, clear laws about surrendering your identity that we have in any state. So to answer your question, I don't know how the fuck they're still messing that up. And it literally blows my mind that how often we see cops thinking and operating as if Texas is a stop and ID state when it's the literal antithesis of a stop and ID state. So at this point, it seems like it's intentional, you know?
Yeah, I feel like you should you automatically have if somebody arrests you for not IDing in Texas, I think I feel like you should automatically have a civil rights case because at this point it is it's a Manel claim. It's patterns and practices as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think so
Like
too.
they're willfully ignoring it.
And I can't believe someone hasn't done a Manel claim on something like that before, because it's especially there have been multiple instances where the same department makes that same misinterpretation of 3802, among multiple officers in separate instances, clearly laying out a foundation for a Manel claim. And yet no one has done that yet. I don't know what the civil rights attorneys in Texas are doing, but that's what they should be doing.
Oh, and then I had there was someone else that had mentioned earlier before, about suing over being forced to ID. There's not. I don't. I agree with you. I don't think there's a lot of money in it. But I did. So there's I don't want to name drop anybody, but there's a pro cop channel that had talked about I think a circuit case one time where the police officer actually walked up to the car, slapped the top of the car and said, "Everybody's IDing right now." So he demanded the ID, and the person that everybody provided ID, and the person one of the guys in the back seat ended up suing, and they got I think a little over 50 grand. Just from the officer, he didn't protest or anything based on the way he explained it, and that person was a lawyer. But he walked up and demanded everybody's ID right away. If there's no question, you're giving it to me or else.
And that was a settlement, I'm assuming, the 50K?
That was a settlement. Yeah.
Yeah. So that goes back to what I was saying before, where although you could take it all the way, the obvious hope when you file a federal claim for something like that, where it's just basically a minor inconvenience. You weren't really hurt that bad. Just a constitutional violation occurred, but there's not physical damages to be awarded in any capacity. That the best you can generally hope for is a nice settlement. So getting 50K out of that's nice. That's really good.
Yeah. No, that was definitely a big win, and that was it was a pro cop channel where they talked about that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Donald, dude, you've been a fantastic guest, my man. I would love to have you back on sometime, dude. Next time you come,
I've been a fan for a minute, man. Like I said, I've absorbed a lot of this stuff
I
from
can
you.
tell. I can tell that you seem well informed, my friend. And I mean, look, don't give me all the credit. I'm sure you spent your time reading these cases and doing your part too. So I'm not taking all the credit. You're a smart man, and you've just taken it upon yourself to learn these things. So
I'm just a laborer by day, man. But that out in the field, but that does give me the opportunity to listen to stuff. And instead of listening to music, I'm watching your channel, or at least listening to it because I'm busy.
yeah,
But
yeah.
And Justin's channel, The Random Patriot, and a lot of the guys, Jeff Gray. Actually, I have to sit down and watch that because it's more visual
Oh
with
yeah,
what he's got going on
yeah, for sure.
most of the time. But yeah, again, don't let me hold you up, man.
Oh, dude, you're not at all. It's a
I really
pleasure.
appreciate you taking my call.
Absolutely, dude. Feel free to hop back in here anytime we do this, man. I'd love to talk to you again.
Yes, sir. I'd love to come back.
All right, brother. Well, we'll see you next time,
See
man.
you in the chat, man. See you in the chat.
For sure. All right. Well, that was fucking cool. And I don't want to turn these call-ins into a glaze fest. You know what I mean? For me, I don't want you guys to feel obligated to call in and just tell me how cool I am or great I am, which if that's how you feel, I appreciate it. And I definitely take that as a compliment. And I thank you for that. But I don't want you to feel pressured to just call and tell me I'm a fucking cool person or whatever. I like, if you have something you want to talk to me about, feel free to do it. But man, that was really fun. It looks like Alex and one man are still in here. Let me just add both of you guys to the stage at the same time. I'm about to wrap this up here in like the next couple of minutes, but if you guys got anything else you want to say, feel free to get it out now.
Well, I was trying to get I was trying to get James to say poop earlier, but he wouldn't say it. Everybody in the chat was like, no, yeah, say poop, because he didn't want to swear. I'm saying it poop. Poop.
What do you got, Alex? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
He said poop. I'm sure of it. That's all I got, man.
Okay. Well, I guess Alex can't figure out his okay. We'll see you next time, Alex. Well, Brad, thank you for coming in and saying poop on the stream. Thank you for having the balls
That's
to
right.
do that.
I'm always pushing envelopes and boundaries, my man.
Yeah, for sure. We'll watch. I'll check your email after I get off the stream, and we'll check that out next stream.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen Michigan Constitutional Crusader getting arrested 10 minutes after entering Elkhart, Indiana, it's worth a look.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Let me write that down.
Oh yeah, no, you got to watch that one, man.
Because
he had he had little pepper spray guns, orange and stuff like that, and the cops, I mean, they were drawn down on him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, definitely one to look at.
I wrote that down. I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah. I got to go too, though.
All right, man. See you next time. Alex, you got something to say, brother?
I'm muted.
You're good now.
Really?
Yes.
This is amazing new format you just launched. Both ATA is amazing.
Thank you.
Audit the Court, that's something different. Absolutely. You're diving into the legal stuff so deeply. People need more pauses with more explanations what is happening over there, because I was just blinking my eyes continuously because I didn't understand what was happening.
Yeah, no, I will say that in the most recent episode of Audit the Court, there was a lot of I struggled to find moments in that episode to really add a ton of value to the commentary because it was so focused on hearsay and questioning. But you're not the only one who shares that sentiment. And it's something I'm going to bear in mind in the future with Audit the Court episodes for sure. So I appreciate the constructive feedback.
I absolutely do want to see more about that, because you've got what is happening on the street, and then it's going to the court. So,
And you want to know something? This is something that people have been asking about, and everyone who is here right now will have a little bit of an exclusive sneak peek right now. But we actually found an interaction that we covered on ATA, the preceding court hearing that happened after that. So we're going to have an episode where we look at what actually happened in the episode of ATA and then how that transpired in the courtroom later. So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
This is really amazing. Thank you for sharing with me.
For sure, for sure.
You have a good one. I really appreciate you doing this, because you're the man.
I appreciate that, Alex. Feel free to hop in anytime, brother. We'll
Every
talk to you
time.
again.
Oh, by the way,
What's up?
you will see my nickname as Limbo World.
Okay. Okay.
So
Gotcha.
now you understand who is
Yeah.
behind Limbo World.
Yes. Yes. All right.
All
I
right,
can put a
man.
face to the chat now.
Cool, man. See you
All
later.
right, brother. We'll talk to you later. All right. James has got one last thing to say. What you got, brother? You're muted, by the way. Oh, wait. Can I unmute you? Yeah, I unmuted you. There we go. Oh, wait. I still can't hear you. What the heck? We'll give James his opportunity to come back in before I end the live stream, because I think he had one more thing he wanted to say. Here he is right here. What's up, dude? Still not hearing you. I think something must be mute. Like you must have your headphone mic muted or something. Nope. I don't know what's up with that. Did you select the correct mic?
Can you hear me?
set? Oh, there you are. There you are.
That's what it is, man. It's such something just to hear me say poop. Like, what is this? What has this devolved into? I'll say poop. I'll say shit. You know, I'm cool. But,
Oh, that's
you
so
know.
funny. This is how free speech works, my man.
Yeah.
James, thanks. Yeah, thanks for exercising your
I'm very
rights.
glad to have been able to provide this for your audience here.
That's so funny. Yeah. Well,
Thank you,
I'm
John.
glad you came back to do that, man. It brought the story full circle.
Much love to all of you guys. This was a great show today too. So I'm
Thank
glad
you,
I
man.
could end it with yeah, okay.
Yeah, you appease everyone.
I'm a little bit embarrassed now, but it's okay. I'm gonna watch this back on YouTube and just be like, what did I do?
You'll get the secondhand embarrassment after that. Trust me, I'm very familiar with that, because when I watch these streams back, sometimes I'm like, why the fuck did I say that? You know, I get it. Oh, but all right, man.
You've
Thanks.
only had like one or two mistakes so
That
far
you've
in
seen.
your streams. Okay, then I've seen. True. I guess I don't watch that much, but okay, now you do a good job, bro.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right, man.
We'll catch you
Bye.
next time.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it for today. That was really fun. I actually really like that, and I think that we'll start doing that regularly, maybe like once a week or something, because that was really fun. It's fun talking to you guys, and it's especially fun talking about things I like to talk about. You know, and these are the kind of things I like to talk about. So, we'll do this again. I'm going to watch this back too and make sure I didn't look like a dumbass at some point. I'm sure I did. It was great to see the various standpoints and perspectives. Yeah, dude, from Poland, all the way from Poland, from the Netherlands, we had Alex. I mean, that was cool. It was really cool to interact with people worldwide. Yeah, that's true. Not one caller mentioned aliens. That's interesting. You guys in the chat, you're all about aliens until you got the opportunity to talk about it. Now you don't want to say anything about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of it. Thank you everyone for being here. Thomas, Dennis, Walker, Danny, the regulars, Catherine. It was a pleasure talking to you. I'm glad I got to. Sandy. Sandy, why didn't you call in? You should have called in. you've been here since the beginning. I'd love to talk to you as well. Beeps, Bill, pleasure having all of you here. And thank you for participating in the call in. I was kind of worried that no one would even call in, but it seems like we had just the right amount of people. So that was pretty sweet. Thank you, everyone, for all the support. Please go check out Audit the Court if you haven't already. It's up and running. It's doing well. Things are going according to plan with that channel. So I'll see you guys Thursday, 6 to 9 p.m. Central Time. And we'll talk then. Yeah, Joanna, it'd be a pleasure to have you call in. All the people that are in the chat, I would love to speak to you at some point. So hit me up. But that's going to be the end of it for today. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Cheers.